What's up, everybody? Welcome to the premiere of Tablestory Warped. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
I can't tell if Zacatecus is okay. It's not frozen.
He's too good at, like, not blinking.
It always
That's
takes
the
me
trick.
at least almost a minute. It's like, is it? I never trust it.
I don't know how your eyes, like, stay, like, uncrusted. Because I feel like you just don't blink ever. There's just no blinking. We should.
You mean crusted like green stuff?
Can somebody make a blink counter for Zagonicus for this show? Can we get a blink counter? I think I've seen him blink once so far, like the entire call. He just doesn't blink. I'm telling you, it's
No, I'm going to be self-conscious. Am I blinking enough? Or am I going to blink too much now? No. What?
You got to blink 50 times just so that you can catch up at the end of the show. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show. Happy to be here on the Tablestory official channel for some space opera sci-fi goodness.
We made it.
Hooray.
We made it.
Hooray. Yeah, we're doing a space opera sci-fi type show, and of course, there's always something that I forget, and this week, it was the tweet. That's good. You want to do that for the premiere of a new show? That's wonderful. Social media is important, kids. I'm a streamer. Yeah, we're
Social
gonna.
media is only important if you want to complain about women on the cover of video games.
Yeah, it's I mean, you know, we do, we did bring Simply on for the show, purely for marketing. That was the only reason. Has nothing to do with the fact that she's an awesome and funny role player and a good person. It has nothing to do with that. It was just for marketing. Sorry.
That's what I put on my senior quote
Yep.
on my yearbook. I'm good for marketing.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is a brand new show here on Tablestory. We're starting from scratch for Warped. We're using the What's Old is New RPG system. It's a very good system for doing a lot of sort of sandboxy type settings. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing this sort of setting creation. We're going to be doing the some character creation. We're going to be doing some special things with characters for this show. Namely, everybody's going to be making several characters. It's not just one. And we'll talk about that as we go on today. But why don't we go around the room? Let's introduce everybody first. Why don't we introduce our wonderful players here? Let's start off with Bobby. Bobby, why don't you get us started?
Sounds good. What's up, everybody? I'm Iron Chef Bobby Flail here on Twitch, variety streamer, playing God of War like almost exclusively for the past week because I can't get enough of that game. 5 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to be streaming tonight, though, at 7 Eastern. It's like an hour after. But I can't wait to make a couple characters. I definitely have not made a character already. I have no ideas. Every concept I come up with today is all fresh and from you guys and from, off the top of the head. So, yeah, can't wait to play. Very excited for the new reboot. We have Pony as well. Great role player, good friend. Good to have him on the show. And can't wait to get this thing rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Speaking of Pony, why don't you go next? Introduce yourself for everybody.
Hey, what's up? My name's Pony Punch. I play role-playing games. Not like this, more like in Ark and Conan and such. This is like my 5th campaign, I think I'm very not new, but comes after new? Intermediate? No.
Yeah, intermediate works. Sure.
That I played Detroit Become Human in preparation for this yesterday, so I'm good to go. I'm so good to go, and it's great to be here. Thank you.
Simply.
Hello. I didn't want to be the fuzzy that leaves her mic muted and talks for like 10 minutes, but hello. I am Simply Jackson. I am a variety broadcaster. I have been off for a couple of weeks dealing with real life stuff, but we will be back soon this week. I do art and games and a bunch of random stuff, and I'm excited to make new characters for this season. Last season was super fun. Loads of jokes at the demise to poor Whack, but that's fine. So, but I'm excited. I'm ready to be here. I'm ready to go.
Excellent.
I'm ready to be the least funny and least experienced person on this team. Yeah. Let's go.
No, that's not possible. No.
It's gonna happen.
That's usually me because I'm concentrating on so many friggin' things at once. That's usually what happens.
Get out of here.
Zagonicus?
Hey everybody, I'm Zagaticus. I'm looking forward to this new reboot. Should be good. For me, make sure you follow here on Tablestory. I'm here 3 times a week, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. So if you're here right now, make sure you follow so you can have more role playing with me. And I'm looking forward to creating some characters from scratch for you guys today. And as for preparation for me, I played some D&D yesterday for like 2 hours with Mrs. Z. I was like, hey, play D&D with me. And she was like, sure. So
That's
I took her
awesome.
an adventure to a mine. She fought some big spiders. And stuff like that. It was good. It was a blast.
I hope this
It's
isn't
good to have someone you can just go play D&D with me. And they're like, okay, that's great.
this is not like this isn't like a euphemism for anything, right? Like
Oh no.
Okay.
That's not D&D. That's just straight D. Hey, it's D
right.
time.
I'm just checking, just making sure. I'm just making sure.
I'm also sick. So.
I've decided I'm buying you a mixer, Zagoticus. I'm just making it happen because the buzz is actually going to kill me. It's going to kill me. It's going to destroy my brain, and I can't handle it. So I'm buying you a mixer. I have just decided now. It's gonna happen. Yes, and I'm Wax Steven. I am the GM of Doom. I will be dragging these guys kicking and screaming through the adventures that we have here. And we're going to have some good adventures. So if you guys are curious about what we're trying to do with this show in general, as we said, it is a sort of space opera, sci-fi kind of thing in the vein of Star Trek. But more specifically, we're really looking to take advantage of the fact that everyone here is generally pretty silly, and we like to play silly characters and that kind of thing. And I think we want to play that up a little bit. So we're going to take this sort of avenue of the Orville, which, if you haven't seen the show before, is like Seth MacFarlane's take on Star Trek. It's like a good like Star Trek kind of show, but they sort of just take it and add a layer of humor to it that kind of diffuses a lot of situations, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good show, and we want to just take advantage of that. We want to do a very, very sort of silly version of things. So today is going to be all about creating the setting. It's going to be about creating characters, and I want to spend some time like really nailing this stuff down so we all have like an investment into the setting. We all have our own sort of avenues to really get into the show and have a stake in it. So one of the things that we're going to do, as I mentioned, is we're going to play multiple. We're going to have everybody have multiple characters. And now, before you think, well, that's going to be really hard to follow, it's mainly because there's going to be specific roles on the ship. And not everybody's character, as their senior officer character, will be able to go on every single mission all the time. It's just the nature of the way that things are going to be, and I don't want to have somebody that's just not included for a mission. That's horrible. That's really crappy. So what we're going to do is we're going to have everybody create 3 characters. Every character is going to be quite a bit different. I don't want anybody to really make a character that's really similar to the other one. I want you to take like sort of a different. I want you to take like a different approach to each one, So if your senior officer is, the pilot or something, don't make 2 more pilots. That's stupid, because then they also won't be able to go on the mission.
My plan was for triplets.
I was just about to say that. All triplet pilots. Let's go.
They can be triplets, but make them like a pilot, an engineer, and a medical officer. Something that will allow you to go on more missions, basically. But yeah, so the main character that they're going to be playing is the senior officer character, the character that's on the bridge of the ship, etc. Yeah. So why don't we get started with some figuring out of the setting and deciding on a bunch of stuff. So in front of you is an image of the Milky Way, our galaxy as we know it, and the different arms of the Milky Way. The sun is marked right there. And the coordinates here on the galaxy are kind of figured out with that as the sort of center point, even though it's not technically the center point. It's our frame of reference. I think that we've got a situation where there is a sort of alliance or a democracy or a federation or a union or something along those lines that's going on that unites many of the races in the galaxy. So we've got a bunch of questions that we need to kind of answer here. One thing I want to kind of figure out before we get started is I think debatably the most important question to ask. And that's like what kind of ship you guys want to be on. I think that the avenue that we want to, the route we want to go here is that you are part of this federation or alliance or democracy or union as one of those ships, as opposed to like a mercenary or something along those lines. We want to have a sort of kind of, that kind of a ship, right? The question is, like, how big do you want it to be? Do you want it to be like the Enterprise or, like the Orville, which is kind of like not a flagship? Do you want it to be sort of smaller? Do you want it to be really big? Like, what are you guys thinking about? Do you have any votes?
I like the idea of going for like not a giant ship, not a small ship, but like a kind of mid-sized science and exploration vessel.
Yeah.
Okay.
This porridge is too hot. This porridge is too cold.
So somewhere in the middle is what you're thinking
Like,
about.
maybe not like a huge, maybe not like a federational frigate or something that's like meant to.
I think Orville sized would be probably about good.
Okay. So if we're going with that logic, I looked already at two ships that would give you guys kind of an idea of some sizes. Let's see. So, we can look at a frigate, which is a crew of 89. It has a troop complement of 8 troops, so this is reasonably small for a ship compared to like the Enterprise. The Enterprise, I think, had 1,500 crew or something like that for Next Generation, and then I think like the first Enterprise had something like 170 or something like along those lines, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm trying to look up.
It was smaller. I know it was much smaller. So that's kind of what we're looking at for a frigate. In terms of speed, it has an FTL of 7.5 as its fastest speed. So that is, if you wanted to travel 1 parsec at FTL 7, that's 3.5 days. So a lot of the stuff we've been doing in previous versions of the show is usually around 5 to 7. So this is on the higher end of that. The other option that I had load up, and these are pre-made starships that Morris has kind of made for everybody in the What's Old is New RPG website.
So don't talk bad about that.
And he's in chat there. Everybody say hi to Morris1. That's Morris. He's the creator of this system. Hi, Morris. We love you. Sponsor of this show. the other one that he made here that I think could work is a cruiser that has a crew of 270. The speed on that one is 8.7. Actually, no, I'm sorry. 10.4 on the FTL. 10.4.
So it's bigger and faster?
Bigger and faster.
Big
What does it look like, though?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's sexy.
It looks very Terran. Like, it looks very Terran.
Okay.
Like, I'll paste it in our Discord here.
Mm.
And I'll paste it in the Table Story chat, too. Why not? Take a look, everybody.
I'm thinking
Oh, that's hot.
that could work if it looks kind of old and rustic. Yeah, like we got, yeah. It's like in Pacific Rim, where they've got the old mech, but it's still great, and it does the job.
I like that one.
I like how it has a lot of like sharp corners.
Okay.
I really like sharp edges.
I
Poison.
won't be able to cut myself.
It's got blue light. I'm in.
Is it RGB?
No, I like it.
Good lighting. No.
You do.
I think it'd be fun to,
I'm looking at the
increase the
facilities.
size of ship that we're dealing with from what we were dealing with last season. I think it'd be fun.
So these are like the actual stats of
These
the
are
ship.
the
if we-
stats
if
of
we
the
take
ship.
this.
Yep.
I like it. It's got holographic suites. It's got gems. It's got chapels and stuff.
Gymnasium.
Laboratories and stuff. Yeah. And it's got something called a Meteor Concept GPP-X-1 Hellbow Photonic Torpedo. Oh,
You don't know what that is? Come on.
What's a hot bunk?
A hot bunk is basically a bunk that you switch out with other people. So
That's
it's like
not what I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be like a hot tub for space.
Like a sauna. Like
it's
a
just
sauna.
yeah.
Space saunas,
It's
that'd
just
be
a bathtub it's like bunk bed bathtubs.
Oh, dude, you push a button when you wake up and it just lowers you into the hot water.
Yeah, can we like take out a couple of these rooms and get like a spa? Like a,
Yeah. Oh,
like a
hot
swimming
tub in
pool and
somewhere.
like a 4-story high slide.
Let's get rid of the chapel. Fuck it.
I mean, I'm willing to make some concessions here. This could be something that you guys modify as time goes on too. That's up to the captain and the engineer and stuff.
Federation Standard issue, yeah. The Federation.
I got a good feeling about the captain.
Pool slide.
But yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about when I saw the crew size. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good. That gives them a lot of diversity and like opportunities for if, for instance, several of the group have died, just using that as a possibility, just throwing it out there that several people might die. Possibly, maybe,
Okay.
then
We
there's
have a lot of-
plenty of other crew to fill the
Yeah.
space.
There's a fuck ton of people to play. So
Chat should 100% start coming up with great names for the ship. You can see what it looks like. You know what we're kind of doing. So
Absolutely.
brainstorm begin.
yeah. Another
Sure.
name that we got to come up with is like, what's the name of the Federation, or like, what is that? Is it the?
Federation.
The Galactic Assembly.
So Morris himself says that this is named the Endeavor on that link. This is the supposed to be like the Enterprise analog.
So this is the Endeavor Mark II. Well, that's.
I mean, you don't. I'm not promoting the name. I'm just saying that this is
I
what
think
the
it's a
name
great
is.
name, but I kind of want to see what.
I want chat to come up with some
yeah,
stuff,
I want to
too.
see what chat comes
Yeah.
up with for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Chat, we need some names. Chat, we need to come up with a name for our ship here. We'd love to see your names. Feel free. Wax trying to sell the bigger ship so he has more to kill.
I'm just gonna respond
guys-
to that.
You guys are reading me so well. It's perfect. So yeah, come up with some names. I'd love to see some stuff as you guys continue onwards, and as we go on today. So let's see what we can come up with. So yeah, what are we thinking in terms of like the alliance, the union, the federation? Like. Do we have a sort of name for that? What are you guys thinking?
Well, if we go for like Galactic Alliance, then the ships will be GAS, and then there's ship designation, and that could make us for some like really silly fart jokes and stuff. So,
Of course.
yeah.
Galactic Alliance spaceship.
Yeah.
With a funny acronym.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Funny acronym, yeah.
So gas is a possibility.
Yeah, gas a
So
possibility.
it'd be like gas butt. That's what you're going for.
Yeah.
Nailed it. That was good,
Or-
Pony.
When you go on the ship and you take one of the ship guns, it's your gas blaster.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I don't know why.
It's a silly name
you're
for
12.
a bum.
Yeah.
God.
Oh god.
What other options do we have other than gas? It's a good one. Just do you have anything?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I was not prepared.
So some of the other words to think about for the name of this conglomerate here: federation, alliance, union, democracy, conglomerate, amalgam. I mean, load up a thesaurus, you know.
I like the sounds of Federation. But I'm flexible. How many of the I wonder how many of the races are in this federation?
Yeah, that's something to that's another question basically, is like how big you want the federation to be, or the alliance, or whatever it is you guys want. You could call it the Alliance of Solar Systems.
Sorry. Look, I had a character named Thick last season. Let's calm down.
That's pretty good. Alliance of Solar Systems. Just ass. The ASS.
Alliance of Space Species.
The ass assassin. The ASS, ASS, ASS.
Assassin.
Oh, I'm 10 years old.
You are.
I mean, you have to
That's
have a
funny.
little bit of that mentality, I think, for this incarnation of the show.
Mm-hmm. I think we're starting off on the right foot.
The ass donger.
Perfect.
I mean, see the thing with the name though, like I feel like it has to be like an unintentional one. You know what I mean? Like it's unintentionally funny.
Yeah.
Alliance.
Alliance of Solar Systems Planetary Orbital Organization. Oh my god.
Mm-mm. Now imagine getting that issued blaster.
An ass poo blaster.
The ass blaster would be it if you were on the ships, man.
Excuse me, sir. This is an official ass poo blaster.
Yeah. We're here from Ass Poo.
My ass blaster's not working. I don't know what to tell you. I tried blasting as hard as I could. Nothing happened.
I actually want that to be your character's voice now, by the way. Like, I desperately want that to be a character's voice. Oh, God, that's funny.
Yeah. Can this be homework?
Homework? Yeah, I mean, we don't have to decide on everything right now. I mean, this is meant to be questions that we need to have answered before
Okay.
we actually get started. So, chat, it's I mean,
Just
I feel like
thematic,
chat is
guys.
liking ass. They're
Who doesn't
liking
like
that one.
ass?
Chat's all about the ass.
Confederation of Alliance System and Territories cast.
Should probably, like, if you have a couple cool ideas, just put 'em
Spatial
in the,
Terran Dominion.
Warp Discord's a cool spot too, but in chat is great. If you come up with ideas after today.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, ass poo is funny. Ass, that's funny. But like,
Ass Poo is. I mean, if we're gonna go that way, I want to go all out and just do Ass Poo.
yeah, if we're gonna do ass, it's gotta be ass.
It's
man.
gotta be ass poo. Good lord. Keeping a serious face is gonna be real hard.
Oh, but playing it straight is what's gonna make it so funny.
Your opinion does not count. No, there's no space.
Yeah, if I had to vote now for anything, it would be Aspu because it's so dumb. It's so good.
Yeah,
Up to you
on the side
guys.
of the ship, it says Aspu Endeavor, or
They're bringing Thick back. Yes, bring it back.
the Aspu Breacher.
The
Breacher's
Aspu
a good name for
Annihilator.
a ship. Oh, the Aspu Annihilator.
Well, would that be a fitting name of a ship though that's doing like exploratory?
No,
Yeah.
we'd be the Aspu Explorer.
That's funny. Like investigator.
It's so dumb that it's making
Yeah.
us laugh so much. Like, it's the dumbest. I came up with it in 2.5 seconds.
That's why it's so funny. Oh god. So what was it though? It was
Alliance of Solar Systems, and what was it? Planetary Orbital Organization.
Oh God, Popper's being adorable.
Hey, Logan.
I think we need to let that one sit for a little bit.
Okay, we'll let it percolate.
Yeah.
We'll
it
let
just
the
ferment
ass poo
there.
percolate.
Mm.
Okay. So there's a few things that we have to consider. The structure of this alliance, like how it's run. Like, is there an admiralty? Is there like a president? Are there both? You know, is there like a home planet? Is there a home like starbase? How do we want to work that? Is there an equivalent of a prime directive in this? Like, what, do we have some kind of like underlying law that governs things? What is the alliance's goal? Are there any wars that are happening right now? That kind of thing? Like,
I think setting the goal of advancement and prosperity for all is like a nice goal.
Maybe we're like just out of a big war by a few years. So there's just peace.
Is there
Peace has just been established.
Is there
Maybe
a kind of socialist utopia like there is in Star Trek? Like, or is that what we're aiming for here? Is it governed planetarily?
I mean, I don't know. I've just seen so much Trek and Orville. Like, I just want it to be just like that. So I'm partial to like having the Federate or having Aspu or whatever we go with, like start out somewhere on Earth. And it's
Yeah.
Earth-based Federation, but it's,
Or at least a soul-based federation. Maybe they have
Yeah,
a few.
yeah,
Like it's
soul-
all. Yeah.
yeah, it's soul-based because I'm like, but it's maybe like based on Earth or whatever. But
Yeah.
oh my god, the brown coats.
Jay is catching up. Jay is catching up. It's not solidified yet,
No.
Jay. Aspu hasn't been solidified. That's
It was just a thing. It was like we didn't think it up
I
intentionally.
have a feeling that's what's gonna be though.
don't
I
know.
kind of feel it.
I don't know.
Oh man. It's the Alliance of Solar Systems Planetary Orbital Organization, okay? Commit to the Aspu.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you're saying, Bobby, you were saying you're thinking maybe a war has happened already?
Yeah, maybe with the Spartans, or I mean that's like too tricky, but it could be like maybe there was like a Spartan Ogron alliance or something along those lines, or just another rivaling federation somewhere in another quadrant.
Okay. And I want to sort of ask a few vague questions first because I want to get ideas percolating, and then we're going to kind of start to talk a little bit about different roles that people want to play. I don't necessarily want to get in depth on each character, but I do want to talk about the roles that people might be playing in the group. So we'll talk about that in a second. But we've got a list of all different kinds of humanoid races that Morris has provided us with, a galactic sentience catalog that we have. We've got avian races, we've got amphibious and aquatic races, crystalline and mineral races, exotic races, humanoid races, insectoid races, mechanoid races, plant races, reptilian races. We've got a giant swath of possibilities here. So we don't necessarily have to go with exactly what's in the n.e.w book for what races we have, that we've just had war against. Just something to throw out there. Spartans and Ogrons are kind of like, those are two races that we know really well from the book that come standard. But do we want to go another route? Does that make the most sense? What do you guys think?
I think reptilians always make good bad guys, just because of their kind of, just their nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe the lizard people have infiltrated the Federation for a long, long time. Just found out, and there was a massive war with the lizard people, and maybe like another. Just the lizard people, or maybe like they control. Maybe they have their own alliance in their sector of space that has a couple other races under their control as well.
I think that other organizations, alliances, what have you, are very important, and I think they absolutely should exist. Just looking at our general galactic locations, we sort of know where the Venetians, Boreans, and the humans are located because they're in reasonably close proximity to each other. The Boreans are the furthest out between the three. Those, I think, are our founding races. We need to not ban Morris, please.
Can we not?
Please don't. Please don't.
Trying to think of a good name for like the Reptilian Alliance. The Alliance of Reptilian Species kind of gives it arse a little bit, but it's not close.
Would they call themselves reptilians though?
Well, they are what they are.
Would they have an alliance with the amphibious and aquatic races? Do you feel like the frogs and
Or maybe the aquatic, are they...
The cold bloods versus the warm bloods.
the cold-blooded war?
Kithic are the Thrycreen. I don't even remember them from Star Trek. Insectoids, mantis-like aliens with 4 arms.
Whenever I picture like an insectoid alien, I always instantly go to like the little one that is like the ones in Mass Effect that take care of the ship. The little green dudes.
Oh, they're from D&D Dark Sun. Got it.
So the reptilian Federation, right?
Yeah, I think that sounds good. Like they were fighting because I don't know.
What if it was
angry or something?
It could be like a religious region. Or
What if it
like
was-
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say, what if it was Bug, Amphibious, and Reptilian Federation? Barf.
Oh, that's so good.
And they're fighting...
I don't think they'd call themselves
Every
bugs,
time I
though.
think
That's
about
like
barf.
There was a huge clash
home
of
now.
barf and
Oh, wait, I'm
Aspu.
here.
Alliance of Reptilian.
It's a
See,
mess.
look at that. Mr. Trilby is good. Alliance of Reptilian, Sapient Endeavors, or Arse.
The Alliance for Reptilian Sapient Endeavors or something. Arse.
This is so ridiculous.
The goal is
Got
to
a
be
rough
silly,
idea.
though. I mean, we're
It's
not
super fun still.
we're not poo-pooing that way. The goal is to be silly for this campaign.
Yeah, and I feel like the odd time it'll pop up or be said, it'll just get a chuckle. It's funny. Like, that's funny. That's too. Like that makes me giggle. I feel like it'll make me giggle now. It'll make me giggle every single time.
Are we sticking with Alliance of Solar Systems Planetary Orbital Organization?
I vote yes for that one.
I think it's obnoxiously long enough that I'm into it.
2,
Yeah, let's go.
3.
I need to be convinced still.
Okay.
Alliance
It's
of
really funny. It's for a name of a federation. It's so much of a tongue twister.
Just imagine it on the side of the ship.
Oh, it's amazing. It's the greatest
Yeah.
thing. Like the ASSPOO.
And like the first letters are all like super caps, and the others are like really small
Yeah.
caps.
Aspu Discovery.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's so South Park. We have to go with it.
Yeah, it's so good. That's just I'm afraid to commit now. It's like I feel like if I'm on board, then that's what it is now because everyone's on board.
We've got 3 out of 6 votes so far.
I'd say Peachy's a yes. He hasn't heard it yet, but I feel like that's something.
Yeah.
Did think about
Peachy
it.
has-
You've got so many good ship names: the Aspu Liberator, the Aspu Destroyer, the Aspu Brigader.
Let's do it. I want to-
Yeah.
All right.
The Aspu Liberator is also.
Congratulations, Rob James Morgan, for actually creating the ASPU name. Congratulations. Okay. So we're saying that the war ended. We're after this war.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
There's
generation past, maybe.
okay.
Between Reptilian and who?
Between ours and
But okay, so between our organization there, okay.
yeah.
And it was because they were angry about vivariums or something. I don't know. They were angry that humans kept other lizard species as pets for hundreds of years. And they thought it was unfair to their cousins or something equally as petty and silly.
That's fun.
I'm leaving this up to you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm here to just kind of like organize things. That's all I'm trying to do here.
What if it was a war over essentially like water-based planets?
Could have been just like a material kind of thing.
Yeah, resources.
Okay, that's started plenty of conflicts in history for sure.
And if they weren't in Aspu at the time, Aspu kind of spread out quite quickly since there was so much Aspu there
Aspu
compared
needs
to
hydration.
how much arse there was.
Can I read
So-
Can I pull it back?
Don't get this is serious stuff. This is war we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Would this be called
Jesus.
the Federation?
So they were angry because they felt like Aspu was just, taking dominion over everything. Aspu was just covering the whole galaxy.
I think Morris is already gone. Like, he's already pieced out. It usually takes him a few episodes before he's just like, what have I done? But now it's like way sooner. He lasted about like 20 minutes.
He was here for the hellos, and then he was like, "Oh yeah." Bobby, I vote you play a character who's like the only character who realizes how ridiculous Aspu is, and the whole time you're like, "Does anybody?"
That would actually be perfect because I could dance through that character. It's still super funny, so I'm definitely still on board. Oh my god.
Up to you guys. So you're thinking of resource-driven conflict
I
originated.
think that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that triggers it. Like I like that concept. Maybe there's like a couple that are like really good water planets in their part of space that they just recently claimed. And then we're there and we're trying to get all the water, and then they come like this is
I
our-
like the idea of us being the aggressor, potential bad guy Federation out of it.
Yeah, how people can see it from their point of view. So there's some sympathizers within the Aspu. There's some arse sympathizers.
Zagaticus is going to relentlessly drive this home, by the way.
Oh, dude, I am going to hammer the Aspu. You fucking count on it.
We're gonna hate this so fast. It's gonna be hilarious. Zagatic is like the master of destroying everything that we love.
Yeah, yeah. I take something you enjoy and find funny, and then I make you hate it. It's my superpower.
True alliance of interstellar non-mammal travelers.
Yes.
We'll change that to mammalian. But yeah, that's yeah. I think that's a winner for me. What about you guys?
That's definitely like a shipping.
Yeah, the Taints didn't want Aspu.
Hey, we're talking about war.
What is happening? Is this am I awake yet?
Yep.
This is like a
Do you
dream.
We
miss
don't
Foxy
want
yet?
Aspu in Taint territory.
But I feel like as part of the joke, they never say it that way, right? Like they say the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
You say
You
it
know?
straight. Like
So
the
it's
people that
like-
laugh
Or
like,
just the Alliance.
The
for
true
sure.
alliance of interstellar non-mammalian travelers hates everything that is the alliance of solar systems planetary orbital organization.
You know, like every time. So it's never ever said as ass, poo, or taint.
maybe it's in the Prime Directive. like 100 or 150 years after the ASPU was developed, it was just the biggest thing. Everybody just only ever referred to it as ASPU. It was just joke upon joke upon joke upon joke, and people got sensitive about it, and they just fine. New rule, Prime Directive, rule number 8: you cannot call it ASPU or laugh about it.
Okay. So
You'll get thrown in jail for laughing about it.
how did the war end?
I'd like to think that we didn't blow up a home planet or killed a whole bunch of them to make them surrender, like some ulterior modem of victory, like either infiltration or like a diplomatic,
Diplomatic, I like that.
Yeah,
some
I
sort of
like a
agreement.
diplomatic outcome, even if it's just like a temporary peace thing, talks are going on, or if it's a permanent one, like we, recognize that.
Yeah.
What if
Part of the ours was kind of in their territory, so to speak, as it was planets closest to their home planet that were within the kind of range of similarly close to planets that we control close to our home planet. You know what I mean? Maybe they looked at it that way and went, well, if it's within a parsec, then it counts as yours, so you can have it or something. Looked at it kind of in a fair manner.
I was thinking making them really religious.
I was gonna say, what if? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
you go ahead. You go
I
ahead.
was just brain spilling. What if we did it to where, in the seeking for dominating the taint for the water, we
To jail!
we end up utilizing all that resource anyways. So as a part of an alliance with them, we end up having to say, okay, we're both gonna die without the water eventually. So we're gonna have to work together to explore outside of our own system to finding other water planets. So it's not necessarily a peaceful alliance as much as it is if you just want to survive, we have to work together.
A necessity.
Mm-hmm. So there's still some taint and ass poo dissidence happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not laughing.
Would technology exist at this point if we needed to make water? We could make water with energy, with replicators.
I'm pretty sure that that is a thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now we have to incorporate a corporation that is the water maker that we're all.
Nestle,
Mm-hmm.
Nestle, the evil water corporation.
Someone come up with a water creation that no, I'm not doing it.
No. I already
I'm
know
afraid
what
to
you're
say
doing. No. Nope. Vetoed Zagoticus.
The thing I was thinking is making the main sect of their alliance super religious and super fanatical, and these few planets are like on the outskirts of their territory. No one lives on them, but they're like pilgrimage planets. Like once every X number of years, they go there and they drink from the lakes or whatever, and then they fly back. And like we start building up on these planets that we don't even know it's in their territory.
Okay. So they don't... well, I feel like if there was a war, then they have to be like super aware of boundaries. Especially if there was a diplomatic resolution to the conflict. Generally, you want to have an idea of where they can and cannot go. I feel like that's a very well pronounced thing between the two organizations.
Maybe they just have these like advanced scientific beacons that literally is just, it looks like there's a massive wall that covers their space, just like a red wall, like some translucent thing that's just like a barrier you can see. I'm just letting the brain spill.
That's fine. That's fine. This is what this is for. If you want my opinion on it, I can give that, but I generally want you guys to sort of brainstorm this. I'm just here to facilitate things. Why don't we move on? Because I feel like we're getting stuck.
Right. Well, how about, because reptilians are cold-blooded creatures, so maybe they didn't want to populate these planets because they were cold planets, but they were planets they were using for resources, and then they were kind of on the border between spaces, and then that's kind of how the conflict grew, because, you know, Aspu were like, well, we want to get in on that and carve out our little space. And then Taint were like, yo, dude, it was the no man's land, you know what I mean? I think that works.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Taint didn't want Aspu in no man's land. And Aspu were all like, well, you know.
God, Scoticus.
I'm gonna start crying in a second.
I will not say that.
Okay, so I don't know, man. I think that resources is an obvious like good thing to use, right? Like it's definitely a it's definitely something good to use here. I mean, that's not you know with outside the realm of possibility. I think that making sure that you know everybody's kind of happy with whatever resources they have is a good diplomatic solution, right? Like you could say, well, we can provide this. We can create a trade agreement, you know, where we can provide you with this resource, but we need this, which you have plenty of already. Some kind of trade agreement, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's good. Or maybe even like a labor agreement, since they're cold-blooded and cold planets are bad for them. They're like, well, we can, you know, we'll do some of the work in the cold planet if you let us have access to it, and we'll give you this much of the resource. We'll split it evenly, and we'll do the work. And
okay, I think that's like totally reasonable. So that could be a way that the conflict was resolved. But I think maybe there's still some hostilities there, and like people, you know, little skirmishes, you know, always threatening to kind of break out. Yeah.
That's why I like the idea of it being like a generation past. It's like some of the older of the race still hold grudges, but a lot of the younger people just don't care. There's peace. So it's like it's not like a, like, you know, that's sort of the way I see it would be kind of cool.
Okay. So that being said, in terms of the structure of the alliance, how do we want to work that? Do we want to have a president, some prime minister, something along those lines? Do we want that? Do we want an emperor? You know,
I think like a council, yeah.
council.
Yeah,
I agree.
be cool. It's not like a necessarily governmental. Like we don't govern Earth. We don't govern everyone's different.
Is it a
planet.
representative from each planet as a part of the council?
that kind of thing, yeah.
There's probably
It's like the EU.
okay. So there's no leader. It's just everyone has one representative, majority vote.
Yeah, that is a proper democracy for ASPU, I think.
But even in democracies, there's
I
something.
hate you, Zagaticus. I hate you so much.
I'm wondering.
You got to understand. I know him really well. I know he is trying so fucking hard right now to say it as much as possible.
What? You're accusing me of trying to slip in ASPU wherever I can? That ain't what I'm doing.
Yep. I need some way to penalize Zagaticus every time that happens. There's got to be a recurring joke. Because I got news for you guys. This campaign will not be balanced in any way, shape, or form. The characters are going to be playing very different like grades in the system, which are equivalent to levels in a lot of other role-playing games. This is not going to be balanced. This is going to be a complete and total whatever seems to work in the situation kind of thing. That's what's happening. I have no goal of trying to balance this in any way, shape, or form. So we'll see how this goes. I think it's going to be a lot of fun regardless.
Oh, it's going to be a fucking blast.
So a proper democracy council majority vote. I think that's a good just general description of it, right? We kind of already know how it works. Okay. So we know the structure of the alliance. Is there like an admiralty? Do we have like that is the political branch?
Yeah.
Do we have a military branch?
Yeah, I
I'd
think
say
so.
it's, all encompassed under like the naval branch is probably like the.
So is it military plus exploration?
Yeah, they.
Yeah,
or are
yeah.
they separate?
Military sciences. It would all be encompassed underneath.
Yeah, I think it's like the Star Trek Federation that way. They can do the whole shebang.
Military plus explorers and science.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's
Couple
that
of-
called?
That branch of ASPU.
You gotta. He's so happy right now. He's so happy.
I'm trying to think. I'm going for.
I can't think.
Can we make it ASPU doo-doo?
What does the do? What's if we can
Yeah.
come up
Good
with-
luck. Good luck. See, Chad will actually come up with something that'll fucking make me like
Well, I'm
be
worried to say
flabbergasted.
anything that could unintentionally be spun into.
And then you have to say it every time. The whole ASPU doo-doo.
Man, I'm so close. I'm gonna write this thing.
Zagaticus has never worked so hard in his life. He's putting more brain power into this than anything he's ever done.
I just hope somebody who has no idea what this is or what's going on sees your notes one day.
Just
Yeah,
ask
like
me.
why is this guy trying to
ASPU
figure it out?
Your mother-in-law is
Oh,
just
baby.
gonna be like, she's gonna like come upstairs or something just to like look at this, like looking for something in your room or whatever, and just see the notes on your desk. Like, what the hell is this crap? Directory of Order, Direction of Ordnance, Dodo. You missed an O on each of those. Close, Mr. Trilby, close. I guess because I don't think we're including the UBs in the acronym.
No.
It's the directory of organized order. No. Wait. to organize the order.
So much effort. So much effort is being put into this right now. How can we make the stupidest name possible?
Good.
All right, wait.
This is like right up Peachy's bailiwick, right? And it's so great that he's missing this.
I just need a good N word. Not. Never mind.
Director of organized order and.
How many different like sects of the military? Like, are we gonna go like Star Trek route? Like, there's ops, medical, science, command, and then like,
That's another thing to think of. How many?
31, which is like their, secrecy, infiltration, sort of kind of.
Yeah. Do you guys want to have like three branches of your, of the different like, I guess academy routes you can take, or do you want to have more or less?
I like the concept of being able to like really progress through your track all the way up, sort of like, well, to a certain point until you'd have to switch over to like a more commanding position. But like, I like the concept like Trek, like operations, medical science, command, just like the general basics covered. I like that. Naming wise, good luck.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to come up with anything for that, but
Science exploration. Oh God, no, Zagaticus, no,
trying so
no. The hardest he's ever worked.
Oh, now I see. Yeah. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
hard.
I'm disappointed in myself with that.
Wow, I never thought that would happen. Zagaticus's threshold is pretty low for how low he's willing to go.
Good, Cody.
Directory of organized order and defenses over orbits.
It's stretching, but it becomes doo-doo. So.
How many O words?
You could just go with something simpler like poo.
Yeah, we could just not fuck this one up and just do something.
Oh,
What if you did so it's ass poo poo? What if you did POO?
Yep.
Again?
Yep.
or we could go for like mess, military, exploration, science, and social branch. So we're the ass poo mess.
Can I go on break?
There are no more breaks.
You have chained your seat forevermore.
By the way, what was Taint was the reptilian. Does anyone remember what Taint stood for again?
True Alliance of Interstellar Non-Mammalian Travelers.
Cute.
Okay.
What about like uniform design? Do we want to have like different colors?
Well, I think we're
or-
getting a little
That's-
too
okay.
out there first. We got to decide how many branches do you guys want like inside? Like to use Star Trek as an example. Star Trek has command, science, and ops. Those are
Yeah.
the three general branches that
Well,
they've
there's
got.
medicinal too.
That's under science.
Is it? I thought that was a different color.
Nope.
I thought it was like a teal.
No, there's all the science is under the that blue green color.
Okay. Yeah, the 3 sounds good. And then there's like an extra sect, but that's like the secret sect that's not on every ship. Like the commandos, so section 31 from the Federation.
I'm down with 3 as well.
What do you guys think? Simply Zagaticus?
Yeah. Sorry, I said, but I forgot my mic was muted. So. Yeah.
Zagaticus? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So you're cool with doing the same kind of thing. We want to do like command, we want to do science, and we want to do ops.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any others that could be that like maybe wouldn't fall within those?
Well,
three?
I think your distinction between science and medical is a possibility. If we look at just the n.e.w book, right? If we look at that and what they've got for the different paths,
Yeah, I feel like the careers. The
yeah,
different-
there's different choices. Like in the academy,
Criminal.
There's the naval and the marine.
yeah, there's naval, there's marines. Do we want to have them separated like that? You know, like should that be a thing? Do we have a navy versus marines? I mean, it's
I
in
feel
the book.
like it's all just under one. The military's all under this one.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say there's still separate command for the Marines and the Navy, but they're still all under the same branch. Yeah.
So then the question that I ask you is, on the ship, what happens between the military versus the naval personnel? Because we're assuming that there's going to be like some kind of marine presence on the ship, yes?
They could still be like Navy controlled forces. You know, because the Marines, they have troops, but all the other branches, they still have troops as well that can fight and do their own thing.
I feel like they're all like subsections of the ASPU military, though, right?
Yes.
So therefore, they would be under ASPU command the whole time. So it would be, you know, the ranking ship officer is the person who's in command of orders and stuff like that.
What if
So it's ship rank wise if you're on ship. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But what if, I mean, if it's going to be different branches of types of military doing the same thing, then why don't we assign them different, like the Marines would be the more combatant ones, the Navy is the more exploratory ones, like that kind of thing, where it's like actual frontline military versus like more of an, you know, so that way it's not just like we just have a bunch of branches in the military, but like there's no reason for it unless they have their own separate sects, you know.
Navy's typically more like piloting and focused and stuff like that as far as careers and stuff go in the book. So I think like as far as which school and stuff people went to, it's whether or not they wanted to, you know, train to be pilots or train to be, you know.
Yeah.
The way that they've
good
got the
soldiers.
branch specialization in the book is just the way that like Star Trek has it, the engineering, medical, and science branch. Oh, actually, no. So they've got they've got engineering, medical, science, and command. So they have 4.
Would the name and everything be in command?
So command is basically the highest rank. Once you know, it's like commanders, captains, admirals, those level of people.
But would we have all of those different ones on the ship?
Yeah, there would be
If we'll-
ranking command people as well. Like,
Well, I mean more
I
like
would assume-
Navy and
And the Marines.
yeah, would they be on the ship that we are on? If we are a
That's
I
up to
guess
you
they would.
guys.
I would say that maybe there's like a couple like units or battalions or whatever the terminology is of Marines that are just stationed on our ship under our control.
for order and stuff maybe? Because I mean, how many people are on the ship?
200 and something, wasn't it?
Yeah, so you
Yeah,
would
I was
need
gonna say.
some people to like.
I think it's probably just worth not overcomplicating it and just having them all kind of the one umbrella. Like as far as
Yeah.
narrative and RP goes, and then from the mechanical side, if we're using the characters itself,
I think you
it's
could-
literally just for skills.
It could add in if we get into any sort of fights, we have to call in Marine force. Like we have, you know, naval force if we're exploratory missions and stuff like that, then or whatever. They're enough of a force on the ship to keep everybody in line. But if we have to get any sort of like major battles, we have to call in. You know, I just feel like with 270 people, like if you want to cover off on the everything, chunking off a good quarter of that for military and two branches of military on one ship just feels a little over.
I mean-
Unless we were militaristic missions, you know, then I don't you know.
If it was like Star Trek, they would just be the security team, right?
Yeah, that's
And
that's
that's
what I
that.
think. Yeah,
So I think just
order
kind of
people.
doing it that way, rather than being like, oh, they're Marines and Navy. Now they're on an Asper ship, they're security team.
So I've got an updated version of the starship for the Endeavor. So the crew is actually 356 crew.
But still, just making sure that like there are enough people that we would need to have them in order and like or in check if something criminal happens on them.
Yeah, and I agree with having a security force on there, but I feel like if these people, we have an active military on our ship, then they're on mission. Like, it's not just a casual kind of flight. It's like there's gonna have to be a purpose for them to be on there. Why, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Special hostage intelligence tactical extractions, the shites.
Yeah, like we could have, like one of our missions might be, okay, you have to like transport these groups of Marines to one of their missions and drop them off on this planet. But
yeah, I feel like in a time of war, since we're not in war anymore, Marines and Navy guys would probably be called back and be put on like specific ships for things. But since we're in a time of peace, they're doing peaceful things.
Yeah. Maybe we could pull like almost straight from the book and how it's kind of done in the academy, where like if you want to go or really advance in, say, like in operations, like in ops, you have to advance down Marine, because that's more like the hand-to-hand. Because like typically, like at least in Trek, like if you look at all like the big lead of ops, like you got people like Worf, like they're the hand-to-hand security, but he would have Marine training. You don't get that kind of training in the Navy. So, and then it could just be rolled into the regular order of command that would flow through ASPU.
You have to say the whole thing.
I mean, maybe since we're in a time of peace, the military, like the Marines, are now hired out as on security of missions like this, but I don't think we should have a couple of groupings of them. I think enough to pretty much serve security on the ship is good, but I just don't want to be frank, my memory span is about this long, so I don't want to overcomplicate it with like an excess amount of branches of the military and people I have to remember commands and like their ranks, et cetera, because I'm not going to, frankly.
Yeah.
So.
I'm hoping this is probably like a little bit too.
It'll probably never come up.
But it'll be like Trek. Like if someone is in that sort of like fighting kind of role, they're going to be wearing like ops colors. If someone's a doctor or a scientist, they're going to be decked out in that, and hopefully we'll have like the badges or whatever. So it should be relatively easy to tell everything apart, I'm hoping.
That's up to you guys. If you want to go that route, absolutely.
Can it be funny hats? Just saying.
They have berets.
Everybody likes hats.
Berets
I don't
are
like
required.
hats. Do you like hats? Yeah, see?
Okay. All right. So we're sticking to this sort of 3 idea. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm cool with
Yeah, let's keep it simple.
Okay.
3 works, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, as far as the Marines go, they're just kind of folded into operations. Do we want to say that it's operations, science, and or what about 4? What about if we break it into 4? And because that's basically what the book does. The book's got command.
Yeah.
It's got command. It's got engineering, medical, and science. So if we lump medical and science together, we do engineering, science, and like operations, and then we've got command.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
I agree.
Science, operations. What am I forgetting? What did I forget?
Ops?
Tactical. No. Science operations. Why am I having
Command?
like massive brain farts? Yeah, command. But there's a fourth.
Engineering.
Engineering. But that's operations. Science operations. Command.
Medical and command then? I thought you put medical and science together, and engineering was separate.
Command. Do we want medical? So, how do they have this? They have engineering separate from operations. What if we have operations, science operations, tactical, and command? Because I was personally always like a little curious why like tactical kind of got lumped in with operations in Star Trek personally. Because like you've got engineers that are technically part of the same operations field as the tactical people, right? They're all wearing the gold. Because you have the red, yellow, you have the red, gold, and the blue, green. Those are the colors in Star Trek.
Yeah, those are 4.
No, they're 3. 3.
Looking on the Star Trek Starfleet wiki, there's 4 listed.
That's what they do on the actual MMO. But I don't think they do that in the series, dude. I don't think there's blue and I don't think there's green.
I know there's blue, right, for red and red, blue, and yellow, right?
TNG color meanings. Oh fuck! How am I just taking too long to find this?
Yep. Red, maroon, command, yellow, gold, operations, blue, teal, science.
Okay. Yeah.
So that
3.
within the science, they might have like a different color or something. But I'm pretty sure it's just the one color, man.
Yeah, I'd say I'm just remembering wrong.
Tactical is separate to ops or command. They just shared the shirt. So my opinion is, I think we should do science, operations, tactical, and command.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm down.
How are you differentiating ops and tactical?
Ops is like ship operations.
Okay, like I understand. Okay.
Tactical is going to be the Marines are going to get folded into tactical.
Yeah.
General security is folded into tactical. To me, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yes, security is a ship operation, I guess, but I feel like that's there's so many different like engineering tasks. Like I feel like they could easily take up all of operations without question. I mean, you have the engineers, you've got like could be
Engineers, there's security, like helmsmen.
order, operations, and personnel sector. Oops. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. That's funny. What do you guys think of oops? Order,
That's
operations, personnel. But that doesn't make sense. It's
Order
somebody's
of
got to come up.
operations.
Somebody's got to come up with better words for that. But I like oops. Like that's funny shit.
It was tactical operations, science, and
Science, operations, tactical, command.
command.
Or you can put it in order of command, ops, science, tactical, and then it spells cost, and you got an easy way to remember it.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's a mnemonic.
A
Or
mnemonic?
a
A
mnemonic.
mnemonic. I want to say it silly.
Okay. All right. So next up, I think we've got this general structure kind of worked out. Let's think about what roles we want people to play. What are the general roles that people are playing? So here's what I've got for senior officers. The senior officers are going to start with different grades. It's going to be completely imbalanced. but I don't think anybody here really cares. I think we're just here to have a good time and be silly, and it is what it is. Hopefully nobody gets jealous or anything. Well, they get more dice than me. Like, I know. I'm saying that now. Like, prepare yourselves for that. Like, they're going to have more dice to roll than you.
I frankly would prefer less dice and more failure. I love that.
Don't worry. I have a feeling that no matter how many dice you guys get, there's still going to be plenty of failure. Plenty. Failure is the theme that is commonplace. Okay. So, roles. We need a captain, an executive officer, a helms person, a doctor, an engineer, somebody on tactical, science officer. Now, obviously, we don't have enough people to fill all of those roles, so I'll have to make up the gap there for the spaces that we don't fill. Now, I'll start with Peachy, because I asked Peachy what role he was trying to think about playing, and we can completely fuck him over because he's not here, and it's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Peachy.
Happy
birthday.
So Peachy wanted to play the executive officer. Does anybody else want to play that role and fuck him over?
No.
I'm disappointed.
I mean, he's just kind of not worth the effort.
Wow. Savage.
Wow.
Savage. Okay. So currently, Peachy's looking like an executive officer. Peachy is going to start with his senior officer at grade 9. What about the captain role?
I would like to play the captain.
Do it, Bobby.
I would like to.
Captain's going to start at grade 10.
First order, install Asana, please. Thank you.
Grade 10. Bobby's looking at captain role. What about anything else? Did anybody else have any one that they like? Science?
Science.
I want to be medical.
Medical? Okay, so
Engineer.
wow, okay. You're going to take the stereotype? All right.
No, I'm not. I am, but I'm not.
Like, is your character's name like Toddy or Roddy or something? Close to it?
No, I'm not. I'm not going down that route. I thought about it. I considered it. I'm not.
Okay. So I guess we've got kind of like a general idea of what's going on. My goals for the next session are I'm gonna make a Google spreadsheet that I'm just gonna sort of categorize every single one of those races. I'm gonna make a big ass spreadsheet for, and I'm gonna say, like, you know, if they're independent, if they're part of a certain alliance and whatnot, and we'll have to decide on that, because I don't want to make all of those decisions. There are certain decisions that I want you guys to be a part of. We've agreed on one sort of, not necessarily antagonist, but a semi-antagonist already with the True Alliance of Interstellar Non-Mammalian Travelers. See, that's funnier, Zacatecus. If we say that, everybody knows what I'm trying to say, but it's not as stupid.
It's just
directly.
Taint.
Right.
Listen. Taint.
So, okay, so Bobby's thinking about the captain. Pony's thinking about the sort of science officer. Simply's thinking about the ship's medical officer. And Zagonicus is thinking about the engineer. So we're going to need we don't have a tactical officer, which is really interesting to me. I'm surprised that we did not get a tactical officer. So I'm going to make a tactical officer and the helms person. And otherwise, we've got the other major senior officer roles filled. So that's something to keep in mind. You guys should absolutely have some like tactical officers as either secondary or tertiary characters for your other ones. But we're not going to focus on those for this episode. I'll let you guys kind of work those out on your own. We'll have those characters in their grade is their reputation is going to determine their rank. Okay. Now, if we went by the book, I actually tried personally to make a pure captain.
Yeah, it's way higher.
You need 18 rep, which is basically impossible.
If you go straight through, there are perks, there are like exploits that make you roll to get advancements. There's different ways to rank up, but on straight rep, you need to be like way high grade.
So I'm going to make a concession there and say that the rep can be lowered a bit. Now, you've got a for some reason, Bobby, it looks like you have a character that's already finished.
It was loaded in. I don't know why. I think you just filled it out one night before you slept walked to your computer or something, and you filled it in. It was just there.
That shit cray.
It's crazy. I don't know. I've never seen anything like it before.
So maybe why don't we start to talk about who your character is a little bit, because I feel like you've got it kind of planned out already.
Yeah, sure. Let me just come up with all this at the top of my head real quick. But yeah, no. So definitely, I want to play the captain, but like the backstory for the captain is born to parents in the Navy, probably some lower rank, like not necessarily captain, maybe an officer or whatnot. Born like a child genius, really good at school. I flew through school. My parents put a lot of pressure on me while I was in school. But one of the things I loved to do to take the stress off of it, or off of myself, was to watch like sci-fi thriller movies. So I loved movies.
Okay.
All I wanted to do going through school while I was being pressured to advance through the ranks was to become an actor. So I ran away from home after graduating high school at like the age of like 13 and go and start acting. And then, that doesn't work out. Kind of get a little depressed, become a drifter for a little while. And parents get back in touch, kind of speak some sense into me, and I just snap back to my roots and enroll in the Navy and go through the academy, go through the ranks. I'm in the academy for a long time as well. Like I'm a tutor for a while. I become a professor. I write a book that is like mandatory reading for everybody going through the academy. Somehow for whatever reason, I'm now captain of this ASSPOO ship. I'm not sure why.
We got to come up with a name for the ship too, guys.
Yeah.
We need a name for the ship. So, Chad, I want you to help us out with some names for the ship. We need some names. Chat, name it up.
Yeah.
Name it up. Okay. So you're looking at human?
Human, yeah. Just regular human. Somewhere probably, I don't know, probably from like Florida or something.
Okay. So one of the things you have to do is choose a homeworld and an origin.
Ooh, okay.
Which, if you followed the character creation sheet, you would know is one of the early things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, he didn't.
From the city.
Okay. Because that does affect your attribute scores. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind.
Yeah, from a city planet.
Okay. So from a city planet, you get a +1 charisma, -1 to endurance, and you also get the diplomacy or bureaucracy skill.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you write that in on your sheet there.
Yep, I took diplomacy. I'm going to take diplomacy for that.
I mean, for the homeworld and the origin. Put
okay.
Put that
Cool.
stuff in.
Yeah.
Your origin career was which?
Prodigy.
Prodigy. Okay.
Yeah.
We can thank Etoile Leon for these sheets. Who's
Sheets
kind
are
enough to devote his time and effort into making this.
Thank you. Makes my job easier.
Yeah, we've got a hopefully what is going to be a much easier, I think, experience in dealing with a lot of stuff. A lot of the derived statistics are kind of calculated really fast for you, and you don't have to worry about trying to figure all that stuff out. Plus, the attacks and the section there is really nice. If you, Bobby, I'm going to use your sheet as an example here.
Yeah, sure.
So if you scroll down to the attack section, right next to the range, there's a little checkbox. if you click that, you can associate the attribute with the weapon that you're using there. You type in or you copy and paste the skill that is being used for that attribute, and it will actually correctly put in the dice for that. So that attack pool that you've got, you can just get rid of that.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, that's just an extra modifier, basically. The sheet will actually calculate out your correct attack dice. And when you actually hit the roll button, it'll ask you if you want to use any luck dice or if you want to use a modifier of some kind.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah. There's some JavaScript that went into this. Etoile Leon, master of the JavaScript. But yeah, so taking a look at your attributes and stuff here. Let's see. Let's make sure let's go through your careers and shit here real quick. So first we got Prodigy. And you're starting at a base 3 across the board, except for Rep and Psi.
Mhm.
And a human is going to basically give you a plus 2 to luck and 2 to one other attribute and 1 to a third.
Yep, so I took 2 to charisma and 1 to logic.
Okay.
For that one. And then the planet changes. So I added that.
Okay.
So put my charisma up to 6 and drop my endurance to a 2. And then from origin, origin is +1 int, +1 logic, +1 luck, +1 rep. And then I did performer into drifter. And I got those changes. For drifter, like I had an 8 in a charisma from performer. So when I did drifter, I took a different exploit. I took a universal exploit for drifter. I took leadership for there.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
You can totally do that. Taking universal exploits. They're sort of like just like really handy exploits. And sometimes the ones that you got for your various careers might not fit with your character ideal. So you could totally do that as part of the process. And if you guys are curious about creating a character for the system, I do have a character creation tutorial that's up on the official Warped channel, which I'll link right now. So yeah, it's broken down into 3 different videos, but I'm going to give you guys the playlist link here. Give me a sec. Playlists. Character creation tutorial. Okay. Hey everyone, my name is Waxdeep. Let's do that. There's a playlist link if you guys want to do it. Hey, Tablestory bot, I'm Tablestory. I'm guessing that I can post a link. WTF mods, what have you done? What have you done? Okay. So you've got your career sorted out here. I don't think I want to go through each one. We're going to assume that you've got this kind of set up. I'll sort of double check everything for you after the fact.
Sure.
What I'd like to do, I think, for each character is I'd like to create a flaw, something like shitty, something bad, and I'd also like to make some contacts for people, and I want there to be some bad contacts. Like I want there to be like enemies, basically. I want you to have some. They can also be aboard the ship. They don't have to be like enemies of death. They could just be like, that guy's an asshole. You know?
Ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like.
And I want you to think about those relationships on the ship because they definitely happen. We have to figure out how long you guys have been sent off. Do we want you guys to start this campaign being launched from Space Dock with the newly created ship? Whatever.
I like that concept. Like, these are your orders. Good luck. And we leave Dock.
Okay. So as far as contacts go, I want your contacts to be your actual reputation attribute score. So Bobby is the captain. He's got 10 rep.
Yeah.
So I want you to have 10 contacts.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come up with 10.
And I think what I'd like to do is half are considered bad, and half are good. I think that's our general metric that we're going to use.
What acting teacher did you piss off?
Yeah, and I definitely like want that stuff done for the first episode that we do, because I might take advantage of those like immediately. So I want half of your contacts to be bad, half of them to be good, and do different severities, right? Like say like you have a really good relationship with this person, you've got a really shit relationship with this person. You know, look at it from an RP perspective and what you got in terms of, you know, who you have and whatnot. The one thing that the sheet won't do is the defense scores. There's so many different factors that create your defenses that it's just like really hard to program into the sheet.
Cool.
So I told him, he was having a lot of problems with it. I'm like, don't worry about it. I said, well, we can figure that out. Like, as long as we have the other stuff getting detected and pulled up, like it's really clean and easy, then that's fine. You know, we don't have to worry about that.
So many modifiers, so it'd take forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll come up with 10 for that.
Okay. So you're why don't you go ahead and let's start doing your things that the sheet doesn't calculate, the derived statistics stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead and roll me your endurance plus your will dice pool, and if you have hardy, you can add that for your health.
Okay, so endurance plus will dice pool.
Yep. So 66. That's looking like.
I was gonna make my character an old character. Does that doesn't those rolls that doesn't count for these rolls, does it? I don't think it does.
No. Old gives you another exploit. It gives you a different trait. It's basically you get to use a different attribute in place of another one.
Okay.
For
so if I were to
once
be
a day.
Old, I would take away my trait or my attribute trait, basically. Is
No.
that how that works?
No, you just
So
get
it's an
another
extra
one.
thing on top? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's you're an old, brilliant human starship captain
cool. Okay.
who loves to inspire his comrades.
Yeah. So I need to roll endurance plus will. Okay.
Yep. So this is 66.
23.
23. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, so you're gonna have 23 health.
Okay.
In terms of your melee defense is your strength or agi attribute dice pool, and then you're gonna add acrobatics, dodging, or a weapon skill, a hand-to-hand weapon skill.
Okay. So melee.
Plus
Right.
equipment.
Yeah, that's another thing. What are we doing for equipment and all
We'll
that?
modify that after the fact.
Okay. So yeah, so it's just a straight 46 then, because it's based off my agi, and I have no extra modifiers,
Okay.
which make a 46 makes it a 14. Okay, that's that. Ranged is use my agi, so my range is 14 as well. Mental defense. Use the highest of will and charisma. Okay, so 46.
Yeah, range is your ranged is gonna be
Just based off agi, right?
Yeah.
And I don't have any applicable skills.
Yep.
Like acrobatics or anything like that.
Correct. So it's a 46. So that's a 14.
Okay, 14 on mental defense.
Your mental
Vital.
defense, again, just to go over this for chat, is will and charisma. Your highest is a 46. And if you have fortitude, or if you have concentration or meditation, you would be able to add that, but you don't.
No.
So it's again another 14.
Yeah.
Your
and,
vital defense is going to be
endurance.
your endurance. Now this minimum is 10 for that.
Okay,
The
so
minimum
it's a
is
10
10.
for,
Yeah.
for that.
So 14 on mental and 10 on vital.
Yep.
Okay, your soak is going to be determined by your equipment. So in terms of your equipment, this is going to be stuff that you've requisitioned now. Since you are a starship captain, you have a lot of requisition money. And what this is going to be is your...
like, I don't want a fancy suit of armor. I just want my regular outfit.
Okay.
But maybe I have a nice pistol or just a standard issue pistol.
Yeah, you guys are all going to have a sort of standardized kit for this. The ship is a... Let me just check and see what this ship is set up as. Okay, so the ship is a Class 11 cruiser. And let me just see. I want to see if there's a advancement level for this, because that'll give us an idea of where we are going to be at on an advancement level for equipment. Oh, no, this is 270 crew. My bad, 270 crew. This is the Mark II. The Mark I was had more. Okay, so Mark II. Nope, doesn't have it. Okay, so what we're going to say here is the advancement level... Requisitions and organization. Requisition cap. Rep 20. Requisition cap is 1,800 credits per mission. Okay, so you guys are going to have a requisition cap of 1,800 credits per mission. And what that will justify for that is that's how much the replicators can make based on the mass or whatever that's able to be recycled through the replicators as we're progressing through this system. Okay, so got too many tabs. Too many tabs. I'm just trying to find the, where was that advancement level stuff? I know I'm using the wrong terminology. That's why I'm not doing a search for it. FSS Endeavor. Requisition cap, 1,800 credits. Okay, so in terms of like your general gear, I think everybody's going to have a sort of standardized uniform, right? As far as the colors go, what do we want to go with for colors?
Orange?
It's up to you.
I think we should have a purple in there somewhere.
Purple or orange?
Purple orange.
Purplange.
It's a new color.
Brown.
So we're assigning colors per
Up to you.
field? Or
We can do per field, and we can do
I want pink.
Pink?
What about taupe?
Nobody likes taupe.
Pink
There's
for
literally zero
medical.
people that like taupe.
Medical pink.
Beige, maybe.
Purple.
Command be green.
No.
Shit. Fuck.
That hard veto. So
Gray
we've got
for the engineering.
So we've got four possible colors here. Let's go down one at a time.
What
So-
if they're all different shades of brown?
Playing on the theme. Mauve, puce, teal, and eggshell. That's great. Okay, so let's go through. I guess let's go through for the different branches. Okay. Command. Do you want it green?
I want green. I would vote green. But I'm
Fuck
cool with
Peachy,
literally
'cause
any color.
Peachy's
but-
100% gonna want pink, so fuck
Nope.
Peachy.
well,
Operations.
Do we have anybody in operations right now? Or are you?
Engineering is Zaganicus.
Yeah.
Okay, so you.
Yeah. Gray's fine.
Gray.
Gunmetal gray.
Yeah, I think just keep it in. Yeah, just gray.
Okay. Science.
Nintendo.
Orange. Or
This
orange.
is
I thought
gonna
it
be
said-
you two
Nope.
simply.
It's pink.
Wait, well, wait. 'Cause I'm
It's pink.
Shall we roll it off?
Oh, we have a roll on.
We can have purple orange. Pure orange.
Do we
Orange.
do we have a roll off coming?
How about we do half orange and half pink?
No. That completely defeats the purpose.
How about we do orange jumpsuits with pink little hats?
Oh
Are
god.
they silly hats though?
Tiny little hats.
So like tiny little air hostess hats.
They're really tall, so you have to duck through doors to go.
I think a roll off is happening. Let's roll it off. Let's do a
Alright, how do-
d6. Both of you roll a 1d6. And
Alright.
Simply's voting for pink, Pony's voting for orange.
Yeah.
Oh!
Fine.
Science
Fine,
is
you're
pink.
stupid.
Science is pink.
What kind of pink? Like how pink is? Are they like super neon pink or like, ooh, like a strong?
Simply want. Are you talking straight up like straight up fuchsia?
I want to glow under a black light. Let's go.
Fuchsia.
Look, just
Stupid.
it's only for if you want to go clubbing after work. You don't have to change. You just wear your uniform and then you're good. You're good.
Straight up fuchsia for the pink. Got it.
Sorry, Pony. But
You're not. I can hear it. You're not sorry.
I'm writing all of my notes to science on orange notepads.
Oh, that's okay. That's actually.
Tactical.
Gold? I don't know.
No, we can't have them be gold.
How about they're orange?
No. Nobody else gets it. If I don't get it, nobody gets it.
Ops was gray, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to like what would go well with those three colors.
Nothing.
Nothing. That's the
Green,
point.
gray,
it's just a
and
horrible
pink.
mess.
That's a hard. That's simply
some flags
simply and
there.
I are trying to combine the colors in our head right now into some sort of design, and it doesn't. You can't.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
What about green or green, gray, and pink?
Yeah, those are the colors.
Black.
White,
I was gonna say we could do
Why?
something like black, and they take themselves like way too seriously.
black.
It's not a phase.
Yeah. Let's go with black.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Okay, we got colors
Or
kind of worked out.
tactical camo, just because they're tactical. Makes them extra tactical.
Yeah, but
for
they
wearing
just
camo.
wear that on missions, right? Like,
But they always wear camo socks because they need to be at least a little bit tactical at all times.
Tactical.
okay, all right, fair enough. Got that worked out. Shall I design a ship with the floor plan, etc., more in the Star Trek Orville direction, maybe for the show to use? Well, we've got a general ship design, Ellendare. But if you wanna make a floor plan for the ship, I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. I mean, that'd be
Or-
awesome. But that's kind of the general look of the ship there. And in the Starship Recognition Manual, they have a sort of general bridge, and it is set up similar to the way that Star Trek is kind of set up and the Orville set up. But yeah. If you want, I can send you the information. There's a shit ton of facilities. Sick bay, transporter pad. So just by deciding on this ship, we've already committed to the fact that there are transporters. There's a brig, there's a laboratory, there's a mess hall, there's a chapel, a galley, an observation lounge, a lounge recreation area, a holographic suite, a gym, a cabin, and 400 hot bunks. Now, again, the way that the hot bunks are set up, that's like bunk beds, but they are switched out based on the current rotation of crew. Now, I think we can argue that there are senior officer quarters. There are senior officer quarters. They would get, I think they'd all get their own room. Except for Peachy.
Yeah.
The first officer's quarters were demolition to give all the other officers.
No,
like,
it was the
an extra
captain.
20 square feet.
The captain, you got your double room.
I wanted a spare bedroom.
You wanted somewhere to put the hot tub. You're like, oh.
I requisitioned like 3/4 of his room because I wanted my place to be a little bit more like home on Earth. I have a spare bedroom where there's a
we
bed.
need to fuck him over. We need to fuck him over like so bad because he's not here. Like I'm so down with this. Like this is the best.
No.
This is the best.
I really don't want my character though to have like my character would totally not do that, but like we could still make it like that's just the layout. Like
I forgot what movie it was where they just kept like decreasing the space. Office Space, when they kept decreasing what's his name space.
He ends up in like the basement.
Yeah, he's like in the sub basement. But there was another movie where they just kept like squishing the wall, like it just kept moving further, like closer and closer, and they just had less space. I'm trying to remember what movie that was. But yeah, that's just like a hilarious thing. Futurama, when Fry moves in with Bender. That's right. That shit was good, man.
Oh yeah, when they moved Dwight into the bathroom. It was so funny.
Okay. All right. So we've got the colors and whatnot kind of worked out. We've got your defenses set up. We've got let's figure out the basic equipment that you guys are going to get. Star Trek is kind of like a really good starting point, right? So I feel like Tactical might have like more weapons and they'll have armor and shit that they have. But I think pretty much like everybody else has like a set bit of gear.
Like a standard issue.
Yeah.
You got a piece.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what the logo for Aspu looks like.
I refuse. It has to be
because that'll also be our communicator badges and stuff.
We need some.
We'll be tapping it every time, so we need people to get creative with the Aspu badge.
I really don't want it to say ASSPOO on the badge.
No, I want it to like just literally be butt cheeks or something.
No, I think
it looks like butt cheeks.
You know how like
something else.
Nike's got the swoosh. I think you need like some kind of a thing.
Yeah,
logo
some kind of logo.
Maybe it's a star, but it's like an unintentional butthole. You know, it's like an unintentional butthole. I feel like that's the whole theme, right? Like you can never come out and say ass poo, but it's always there. You always know that it's there. Just with the same thing with the badge, the representation.
Yeah. It's just like a star with a hole in the middle of it.
Or like a
star with a planet directly in front.
Yeah, it's like the sun with the eclipse. It's like that outline.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do for next time is I'm going to come up with a generalized kit that you guys will have of stuff, and we'll sort of fill that in. Why don't we go ahead and take a break? Let's take a break here. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll finish up with some more characters and stuff. I know that Pony and Simply are going to need some help with their character sheets, so we'll kind of go through that with them. And Zagonicus 100% has everything ready already. So we'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned for more of the premiere of Warped here on the Tablestory channel. We'll be back in just a little bit. Hang tight. Welcome back, everybody, to the Tablestory Warped Show. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are doing some character creation. We're doing setting creation. It's a giant clusterfuck of new and enjoyable silliness. as we create a very, very silly space opera, sci-fi type show. Yeah, so we sort of worked out the general idea for the setting, the universe that we're in. We'll get into more specifics as we go on. We've sort of chosen roles for everybody. We know that Bobby's going to be the captain. We know that Peachy's going to be the executive officer. We know that Pony's going to be the science officer. We know that Simply is going to be the medical officer. We know that Zagonicus is going to be the engineer, the senior ops officer. So, who wants to go next for their character?
I can go next.
Okay, awesome. Let's do it. So,
Let's do it.
let's go in order. So, Pony is choosing a non-standard race. So, let me pull up his thing for the stream here. Let's do this. So, I have a handy-dandy book of races that are not out yet from Morris for this system. You guys get a bit of a sneak peek into the world here. And let me bring his sheet up. Okay, so Pony is new to this system, so we're going to go through step by step and help him make a character. So Pony, there's a really straight up like do this in order character sheet layout thing on page 14 of the book.
The character creation walkthrough?
Yep.
Yeah.
Page 14, 15 of the book. And we just go through from 1 to 10 on that. So the very first thing you're going to do, we already have done. We've got your attributes set to 3, except for rep and psi. Then we're going to choose a species. You are choosing a clockman. Let's pull this up. So a clockman is going to have certain attribute changes and stuff here. Now, let's see. You are considered a mechanoid, so I think it's impossible for you to get luck dice and psi, but it does not say here. Let's see.
Yeah, it's the mechanoid exploit.
Mechanoid. Okay. Yeah, okay. So let's see here. Mechanoid. Is there another section of this of the races here that says like what each one can and cannot do? Is that like a okay, Android. Android, mechanoid. Well, I didn't know if they were broken down alphabetically or if they were categorized.
Oh, I'm not sure how they're categorized, but I know there's one there for clockmen. But like one thing, I think all the androids, they all share the mechanoid exploit.
Yeah, they all share that exploit.
And then everything else is typically, some share some, but they're all pretty unique.
Okay. So yeah, you're immune to mental attacks. You have vulnerable to electricity. You're vulnerable to ion. No biological functions. Deterministic. No psi attributes. So your psi is always going to be 0. It's never going to increase, no matter what you take in terms of your careers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and let me see. Your no biological functions, so you don't breathe, you don't do any of that stuff. No psi attribute. I'm just looking to see if you get luck.
It does, but it cannot spend that to gain bonus dice on making attributes.
They can gain the attribute point, but they can't use them like you can use a luck die.
Okay.
You need to use it in the other ways. It's under the mechanoid exploit for Clockman, page 23 of the races thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So your attributes from these 3s are going to go up: strength +1, endurance +2, logic +2, will +2, and rep +1. Yes, Clockman is a new race to n.e.w. It's only listed as a race for OLD. Yep.
All right. Strength endurance log, but yes, got it.
since this is going to be a silly kind of system, I have no problem, even if this is made for OLD, I have no problem like putting this in for n.e.w. I think it's just it adds to silliness. It's almost like a Doctor Who kind of race, in my opinion. Feels like one of theirs. Okay. So you've done that, and then what we're going to do is you're going to take 3 skill choices. Now, the way that skills work in this game, and the general way that rolling works, when you roll for stuff, it's a pool of d6s. So you'll see right now at the bottom of your attributes, you can already see that you've got pools of d6s that are getting calculated. It's right
bottom.
Right below your attributes.
Yeah.
See those d6s? So you'll notice as you increase these or change them, that will change. There's a range for all the attributes where you get to roll more dice for stuff. So here's an example. Let's say your character is trying to be stealthy, okay? You are trying to hide from some big nasty monster or something, okay? You would roll, I would probably make you roll agility plus stealth if you had that as a skill. Otherwise, you're just rolling your agility attribute. You can try to lawyer me and say, well, I have the tactics skill. Can I recognize the pattern at which this thing is moving and trying to, or this monster is kind of moving around? Can I try to use tactics plus agility here? And I can be like, yes, or I can say, well, it's not really appropriate or whatever. And then you take whatever your dice pool is for tactics, and you'd add that to your agility dice pool, and that's what you're rolling. You see where you've got your skills listed, history and engineering right now?
Yeah.
That pull-down attribute, that will automatically add those dice for that attribute plus the skill. So we'll set those up for the most likely candidate for that attribute, like the one you're probably going to use the most. Okay, so yeah, for your race, you choose 3 skills.
Yeah, that's the one. I got engineering, astronomy, law, history, medicine, and astrogation.
Yep.
Now, the reason I haven't added a 3rd yet is because I don't know what astrogation is.
Astrogation is navigation in space. R2-D2 was an astrogation droid.
All I can do is that. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yep.
Okay.
Courses, things like that.
Yeah, plotting courses, figuring out how to do a jump, stuff like that.
And figuring out where you are, and that can be useful for it as well.
So that wouldn't work on a planet? Let's say, would it?
No, this is you navigating space. This isn't you navigating a planet.
Yeah, okay.
If you wanted to figure out the best course to take from a planet, like if you were landed on a planet and say, Captain, I have the best course to get us to this system as quickly as possible, that kind of a role you'd be using it.
Right.
But if you were trying to get around on a planet, it'd be something like geography or, one of those. Any skills that are in brackets, those skills are the entire, there's an entire skills section in the book. You can take anything from that category. That's an entire category. Or you could create your own. If you have an idea for one inside that category that makes sense, just come up with it. Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 skills. None of them have brackets, so those are specific skills. You took, what did you take?
History, engineering, and astrogation.
Okay. Then we take all of the exploits that you've got here. So you're going to put those in your exploit section, which is down at the bottom, exploits and traits.
All right. Wait, where are they on are they on another sheet?
No, they're at the very bottom of the front page there.
Oh, sorry, I meant the, yeah.
Yep.
So where do I find the...
So you're going to copy and paste them from the Clockman thing in the manuscript, the races manuscript. Each one of those is a different exploit. So you get mechanoid, repair, wind up, internal clock, attachments, and durable.
All right.
So when we start to calculate your stats and stuff, we'll get that sort of added in.
There we go. Bam, 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 bam. Attachments. And lastly, durable, like a battery. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, paste those in when you get a chance. Let's just keep moving through though. Okay, so next up, we're going to start with your homeworld and your origin.
Homeworld, I wanted to take. Let me see. I noticed there was a lava, right? Lava planet.
Volcanic.
There.
Yep.
Volcanic. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll do
There's
that one.
agricultural, Arctic, asteroid, barren, city, desert, jungle, ocean, and volcanic.
Actually, city maybe.
You might want to go to the page and look at them because they give you specific characteristics and
Yeah.
also minuses to other based on that. So
Let's see. I'm thinking maybe city. I will. Yeah, I'll pick city as my home. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna get a charisma +1. You're gonna -1 from your endurance, and then you get a bonus skill of either diplomacy or bureaucracy.
And then add that to skill. Can you define bureaucracy real quick?
Bureaucracy is like red tape government shit, you know, like trying to navigate political organizations, that kind of thing.
I'll do diplomacy. Seems more handy for RP.
You'd be surprised how much red tape comes into play.
All right. I'll see. I
It's
might
okay.
regret it. Hopefully, I will.
I'm pretty sure Peachy's trying to play like a diplomatic kind of person. Or a bureaucrat, I should say. Which will be funny. Okay. So you've got your skill added. You've changed your attributes appropriately. Okay, next up, you get to choose your origin career.
Career, I was at that.
So-
Homeworld.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. I skipped a step. Next is your hook, and note it in your descriptor. So the hook is like a thing that kind of describes who you are as a character. I'll give you an example. Like Bobby's hook was who likes to inspire others, right? Who loves to inspire his comrades. Another example could be like who loves to play with guns, who spends
who really
most
likes puzzles.
who spends most of their time gambling, who stuff like that. It's a kind of general descriptor for your character, something that you could be a hobby.
Can't say no to something free or enjoys flight sims or anything.
I think that because a trade with the clockmen is that they can just take whatever they find and just put it on themselves and like fix themselves with trash. Hoarder, could that work? Just like
Okay.
collecting everything all the time and just having it.
So you could do something like who is always adding to their personal collection.
Has a keen eye for a valuable find or something like that. Because if you're
Well,
always
what
finding stuff,
Well, I'm thinking it's like a hoarder that just saves like straws and shoelaces, like anything really. Just picks it up and keeps it. Always adding to his, what did you call it?
I would say something along the lines of like
Collection.
who likes to add things to their collection.
All right.
Okay, so your hook is done now. Origin career.
Career, right.
Okay, so careers. Careers.
There.
You've got the option of boring apprentice doesn't work for you because you're not a Borean. Everyman, experiment, farmhand, hacker, jock, moisture farmer, navy brat, novice, orphan, Prodigy, Scion, Service Droid, Talent, Traveler.
So where are you
If you pick
finding?
Prodigy, you must always be smacking my bitch up, though. So.
All right. Where are you? Oh, that was on Origins, right? And
Yep.
then I'll just pick one of these.
Yep. Now, if you want to, if you like an Origin a lot, you can take it again. You can take any of these careers multiple times. But with the Origin, you can't come back to it because that's your Origin.
I want to. Okay, experiment sounds pretty damn good.
Okay. So you are an experiment, and what you're going to do is you're going to add all of the attributes there. And then as far as skill choices go, and I confirmed this with Morris, by the way, if there's only one in a bracket, you still get your multiple skills. So you're going to get 2 skills from your career.
3 for Origin, though, right?
No. Incorrect.
No?
2. It's always 2 for
3
career.
species scale, yeah, sorry. I always get it mixed up. And
Yeah.
Always
What if
2
a
for
race
careers.
has-
Always.
what if a race
Races.
has 2 in brackets.
I'm
You
sorry?
still pick up what if a race has
You still
2
get 3.
You get up to 3. Just
Yep.
okay. You choose twice in one of them. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, that's why they're in brackets. It's because you can take anything from them. Yeah, I confirmed that with Morris.
The on top says 1d6 years. Is that something I roll now?
We can roll when you're all done with your careers.
All right.
We can figure that out. Okay, so your experiment, you're getting all those attributes, and you're taking 2 skill choices from the physical list. So if you,
Physical.
yeah, the lists are on page 19 and 20 of the PDF.
19 and 20. I need to have 2 of these open. There. What was that? Physical? Yeah.
Yep. So climbing, swimming, jumping, carrying, running, acrobatics, 0G, high G, and throwing.
Carrying and 0G.
Okay.
Carrying.
Zygoticus is
That way you can
min-maxes
carry your
senses.
entire horde.
Yeah.
Zygoticus is min-maxing senses. Were like, I saw it. I saw you tense.
no, not at all.
You're like, running and acrobatics. Take him. What's wrong with you? Okay, so carrying and 0G. Okay. A science officer. Carry stuff. And likes to go out into 0G. All right. Yeah, so 0G is probably going to be an agility-based skill, most likely, because you're trying to maneuver around.
All right, I'm going to pick that. Yeah.
That's just, I mean, this is just like a most of the time kind of roll.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. Okay, and then you get 1 exploit from the list there, and that's what's bolded. So you only have programming. So you have been specifically bred and engineered for a purpose. At the start of a fight, your programming kicks in, granting you a 2d6 initiative bonus. Very nice.
Can I add that from here?
Yep. So that's the modifier
Initiative.
where it says movement. There's an initiative thing. And you can just put in the modifier too.
There. Oh, yeah, bump there.
Okay. And yeah, you might want to just add that exploit so we don't forget where that came from.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got to choose. So you are playing a science officer, and I decided that would be grade 7. Grade 7 for the senior officer.
Okay.
So that means that you get 6 more careers. Now, like I said, if you wanted to, you could repeat this one. At any time, when you're choosing your careers, you can substitute one of the skills here for a defensive skill. Or you can substitute the exploit here for a different universal exploit under the universal exploit section. Okay, so if you wanted to repeat this one, you can.
Yeah.
just
only
giving you
defensive skills, right? Like there's no other
correct.
defensive-esque skills.
No.
Just physically defensive skills.
It's specifically defensive skills. There's a list of them.
Oh, the list. Okay, okay.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think they are listed with the regular skills. Actually, let me see.
No, they're not there.
I think they're in the derived statistics section.
Okay.
If I remember right. Yeah, defensive skills. It's on 64 of the PDF. It's at the top left.
So I need to pick 6 more.
6 more careers. Like I said,
origins.
yeah, not origins. You can
Okay.
you can take this one again if you want, but you can't come back to it.
Also, I need to pick one from one Origin Academy.
Yeah, and the thing that we talked about, you need to have a the academy has to be in there. For the senior officers, you need to have
Say 2 levels.
two careers have to be the academy.
Scientist, yeah.
Some careers have requirements too, like it says the prerequisites at the top. So make sure that you're abiding by those.
Wait, where does it say that?
Right under
Right under the title of the career, it'll say prerequisite. It's usually a skill.
sometimes it's you have to be a Borean or an android.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, wait, when I scroll down, now I see it. Yeah. Is this all I have to do? Because if that's it, it might take a while. So you might just take someone else.
Yeah, no problem. We can come back. What I'd recommend for you if you're taking a science officer, you're gonna want probably like high logic. That's what the lodge skill is. It's logic. That's like intelligence in D&D. You generally want to have a high logic. You're gonna want to have probably like a decent reputation score, maybe. Those are the things you really want to kind of focus on. Your will might be good too in terms of that. And you're going to want to be good at, like, I don't know, doing just general science stuff. So knowledge, those kinds of things are all going to be good, like exploits and stuff for you. Okay, who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Okay.
Hi.
Let's
This is the
start
longest
with
segment
Simply.
ever.
Simply, let's get your character pulled up here. Okay. I can start to fill stuff out on the screen here, too, in the overlay. Hooray. Okay. So, you are playing the medical officer. Have you decided on a race and stuff?
Her name is Ruby.
Ruby.
And she's going to be a Grizz, which hopefully is the humanoid pig-esque people, i.e. snout and pig ears.
Like a Gamorrean from Star
Freaking
Wars.
Go, like Miss Piggy.
Excellent.
And she's from a city-type planet. If you want me to slow down, I'll slow down.
Well, you're filling in your sheet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're filling in your sheet.
Yeah, I don't know about the stats and stuff. Let me see if I can put it up. Hang on. Let me pull it up. And not step on my dog because he got really excited about that earlier. Okay.
Why do pets always like to be, like, immediately...
He has to be right there.
Yeah, like, Boo Boo loves to just stop, like, right in front of my feet when I'm walking.
All the time.
It's infuriating. Like, I'm obviously in motion. Okay, so we're going to set up... Let's follow an order here.
That's fine.
Okay. So, to get started, we're going to go with the Grizz attributes. So we're starting with the stats that you see on the screen there, and now we're going to add the Grizz attributes. So
+1 strength.
I'll read them to you if you want to input them.
Yeah.
So strength +1.
Okay.
Logic +2.
Okay.
Int -1.
Okay.
Will +2.
Okay.
Charisma +1.
Cool.
And luck +1.
Luck. Cool.
Okay. Your skill choices are bracketed, artistic, academic, and scientific. You're going to get 3 here. So technically, since they're all bracketed, you can take basically multiples from the same thing. You can't take the same one, but you can take multiples from the same category.
Okay, she's going to be great at modeling.
Okay. So, yeah, that's an artistic skill.
But that's early in life. She had to make some changes after a while because she got a little addicted to the bottle. I wanted to
You
have...
guys are fucked if you need heals.
Medicine as a scientific skill. And let's do... let's see what academic skills are. I don't see her as being...
For academic skills, you've got literature, accounting, law, history,
yeah, that's
linguistics,
all those smart
art.
people crap. No, I'm just kidding. Just teasing. Let's do psychology.
Okay. So that's actually, I think that's listed under...
Can I take 2 under scientific? Is that what?
Yeah, that's a scientific. Yeah, you can take 2. Yep.
Okay. So that's my 3. Modeling, psychology, and science, and medicine. Where are these in the new stuff now? Oh my god.
Just under skills, right under the attributes. Immediately under.
Sorry,
Yep.
I'm not used to the new layout. Okay.
We have new condensed and
It's
easy
beautiful.
to read sheets.
Okay, so modeling would be what attribute to roll?
Charisma for sure.
Charisma. Yeah, definitely. And then...
You could argue rep. I mean, it's dependent on whichever's higher.
and then
Zagonicus always argued for rep because his character always had more rep than charisma.
Well, the book says that I can change rep with charisma.
Would medicine and psychology
Asper.
be logic or int? What do you think?
Medicine is going to be logic.
Okay. And then
Yeah,
what about
I
psychology?
want the general thought process you should get in for intuition is that these are your senses. Your senses are being used for intuition. So
What
it's
if
like
I'm really sensitive. Cool.
you don't want intuition to be it anyway. You get a 2 versus a 5.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was
That's
hoping.
hot garbage.
I don't
Okay.
want the garbage. Not this time. Last time I wanted the garbage big time. Not this time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So next up, okay. So 3 species skills, and then the exploits for your species for the Grizz. So you're gonna
Okay,
get
so
eat
I've already looked.
anything.
It's fine. I'm gonna take eat anything because
No, you
that's
get
really
all of
important.
them. You get
Oh, I get all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had to pick some.
Nope.
Oh,
For the
man, you
species
better
one, you
not
get all of them.
Y'all, I can eat anything. And I can give good advice. True to character. True to me. Not on the philosophical part.
It's too bad that it's not organic and inorganic matter. I feel like that's funnier. It would be
I know.
Boris from the Orville.
Orville.
Boris just fucking eats a glass.
I'm not a goat. I'm a pig.
Eat
Calm
this
down.
cactus. No, you can't make him do that. That's horrible. Oh my god!
Eat this to give him like an actual glass container.
Yeah, exactly. Someone to be.
This is our new fun
Pony.
thing. This is it. This is our new fun thing.
Pony starts hoarding food. I'm gonna be like following him around. It's gonna be great. Okay. So I'm supposed to pull. Is there anything else I'm supposed to pick out of her race stuff?
Just all of the exploits. You're just getting all those. So
Okay.
add all of those exploits in. Just put the names in for now, just so for the sake of expedience, and you can pop
Perfect.
in the descriptions later.
Eat anything. Most importante. Thank you. And then we have poor sight. Also true to nature. Philosophical. Can I be like not smart but philosophical? Like,
That's up to you. I'm not gonna put a restraint on that.
oh, I'm doing that. Okay. Scholastic, which is not anything that would be. Again, pretending to be very smart. And then advice. Also pretending to be very smart. Cool.
Wow, you get to give. You can spend 2 actions to give an ally 1 free actions, which they must
Which
take
they must take
immediately.
immediately.
That could be really good if you make a non-combative character and you get stuck in combat. You can make somebody from tactical help you out. Okay, so that's all the species stuff.
Yep.
Homeworld type.
Going city.
Okay, city is going to get you...
I think it's minus endurance plus charisma. Yeah.
Correct. And you get diplomacy or bureaucracy, same as Pony's choice there.
Oh, does it make a difference? I don't know.
And this is noted, by the way, on the second page. There's a Homeworld and Origins
Yeah.
section.
I don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
Are you asking my opinion on which homeworld you should take?
No, on bureaucracy versus
Well,
diplomacy.
diplomacy is going to be general kind of like concessions and, you know, just sort of general interactions. I think it's different than persuasion. Diplomacy is kind of like diffusing a situation.
Okay. I think that sounds more like what I'm going for.
Bureaucracy is going to be trying to
more
deal with red
leadership,
tape.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do
So for homeworld, let's put in city.
city. Do I have to pick a name? Yeah, I don't have to, right?
That's up to you. Yeah, you can pick that up later. Okay, and we'll switch back here. And by the way, if you guys didn't notice, there's a sheet flip at the top and the bottom of the character sheet. There's a little blue bubble.
Little tabbies.
Yeah,
okay.
there's 2 tabs, so you guys can flip to the second page. There's a second page for notes and all that stuff.
Diplomacy is a skill in game or is it a exploit?
It's a skill.
Okay. Just gonna make sure.
Boo Boo, I fed you already. What are you doing?
Would that be charisma based?
Diplomacy is either reputation or charisma based. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Done.
And now we choose careers. We choose... we choose a hook first. Hook.
Okay. Do I pick I know she's medium, right? So she's a medium grizz.
Mm-hmm. So the hook is the who with.
Yeah. I was figuring out the first part. Would it be like a medium grizz who is
Well,
blankety blank?
that's going to get added as we go on.
Okay, okay.
So maybe we'll leave that one. The hook is the second part. That's the who with. That's like who the character...
Who can't say no to booze. Thank you. Okay.
City worlds have the best handbags.
Cool.
Okay. Can't say no to booze. Nice. I will destroy you.
Yeah.
Nothing.
let's go.
I mean nothing. Okay, so now careers. Got to choose an origin career, and the science. The medical officer is going to be grade 7.
Okay.
So that's a total of 7 careers, including the origin career.
Okay, so origin career, I'm going with talent.
Okay.
We got her modeling experience from.
Okay. So you're going to add all of the attributes. You're going to take 2 skills, and you're going to get the exploit that's there, the 1 exploit.
Okay, so int +1, will +1, and
Psi +1.
Okay. The skills I am taking are empathy, which would be charisma based, or
Empathy is going to be charisma based, yes.
okay.
That one you can argue rep as much as you want with me. It's still fucking charisma based.
Okay. And then the I'm gonna take a psionic ability and do telepathy.
Telepathy, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and what's going to happen when you want to use your telepathy, or if you want to use psionic abilities, the way that it works is the same way as any other attribute and skill combination in this game. You're adding your psionics dice pool plus your skills, whatever it is that you're using.
Okay.
Okay, so telepathy is psionics.
Okay, which is listed as special under here.
Yes,
right?
special.
That's not-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this sheet actually switches from OLD to n.e.w and n.e.w. So it's
No, that's fine.
it's a try sheet. The try sheet.
She'll take empath. That's her ability. Cool.
Okay.
Or exploit. Cool.
All right, and then you're going to choose 6 other careers.
Okay.
And I'll let you
go
kind of work on that.
Do you want me to do it on my own, or do you want to?
Yeah, you can do it on your own.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Are you okay? I think if you're waiting on me, I was like,
No.
can I just go? Okay.
Zagadicus. He's been chomping at the bit. He's been like, I can't wait to go. I can't wait to go. I've got like 12
How
characters.
many times in this
I've
character
only-
creation can I say ass poo? How many?
I've only got I got this page, and then this page, and this page, and then that page. That's all the ideas and stuff for. So not that much,
Not that
Can I ask
much.
one quick question?
but it's really fun to write it down. Sure.
Sure.
How many years can I take in different things? Can I just allot a
So
certain amount of years?
here's
in
here's
things,
what you
or-
guys are going to do. When you get to the years part of this, I like to roll the years at the end or like right.
I mean,
Yeah.
like careers. Can I take like 2 levels in one career instead of having?
Oh,
7
okay. So
basic?
yeah, absolutely. You can take multiple grades of a career.
Okay.
The only one that you can't come back to is the origin career.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Thank you.
So you can take multiple of the same career. That's no problem. Yeah, and as the senior officers, you guys are required to take 2 grades of academy. So just keep that in mind. You guys have to fit the academy into 2 grades. Okay. Zagadicus, my friend.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going? What kind of character are you
good.
making?
I am making a subspecies of humans. I'm making an augmented human.
Oh shit. We actually have 2 humans in this group, and I gave you guys a list of
I know.
how
Mine's
many
an
fucking races are here?
But this is an augmented human, which is in that list.
I
so
think
it's-
there's 46 fucking
Yeah,
races here.
yeah, there's
something
40
like
something.
that.
Yeah.
And we've got 2 humans in the group. Hilarious.
But an
Hilarious.
augmented human.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah. So one of the unfortunate things about augmented humans is you only get +2 endurance as your racial attributes. You've seen like some of the other people were getting a bunch of +1s and +2. You only get 1 +2, but it makes up for it later on.
We'll see. We'll see.
We will see.
Okay. So, you're going to get human, augmented, and yeah, so that's going to be endurance +2.
Yep. And then skill choices, I get to choose between hardy, perception, reactions, crafting, trivia, gaming, scientific, technical.
Mm-hmm.
Woo,
You get 3
that's
of
a
those.
lot. I'm taking engineering. I'm starting my base of engineering nice and early from my ratio. I am taking hardy because that's in there and it's good. And I misspelt it 2 times. First it was Jardy, then it was Harfy. But now it's Hardy. And then lastly, I'm taking the perception skill
Okay.
because I don't take it normally when I make characters, and then I always get it right away afterwards. I thought, why not just get it to begin with? See what's
You
else
use-
some time later.
To be fair, it's similar to like every single role-playing game. You use perception like so much.
Yeah. And then I'm going on my exploits. So, augmented begin play with 2 minor or 1 major cybernetic alteration. So that's kind of the thing that balances out not getting a whole bunch of attributes, because the cybernetic alterations are pretty sweet. And I have my 2 picked out, and this is where Wax says, "No, you can't have those ones."
Okay.
Um,
Let's see. Your cybernetics.
Okay, so I'm going for, with my cybernetics, memory chip.
Okay.
which gives a +1 d6 to logic dice pool.
Okay.
And then I'm also going for...
This is where you already break the sheet. Okay.
yeah, I know. And then I'm going for wavelength receiver, which is really kind of funky. And
Sensory
it's cool.
to hear energy radiation wavelengths. Okay.
I'll read the full description. This implied affects the cerebral cortex, causing it to generate complex organic structures in the vision center of the brain that allow a creature to perceive wavelengths of energy. As a reaction, a creature with a wavelength receiver can tune it to detect magnetic, radio, cell phone, radar, or even chi, and any other type of energy field the GM sees fit. Which I thought was also a really cool thing for an engineer. But then it's also cool for the type of person my character is. But we'll get to that when you guys get to meet him properly. So I need to put that in my sheet. Put it in my exploits. Also, Augmented have the exploit called Adaptive. When incorporating new cybernetic alterations, Augmented never need to make a check to see if the upgrade takes hold. Additionally, they can incorporate an unlimited number of alterations beyond the normal limit of their endurance attribute. So that's also cool.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
But to balance again, inert, Augmented embrace technology over matters of spirit. They may never have a psi score above 0. So I could never pick up any psi.
Welcome to my Android life.
This is...
Yeah, I like how now you're using silence. It's like out of spite. I'm gonna get drunk and move some stuff with my mind.
No. She is a drunk because she is a telepath. That's the problem.
Got it.
Right, yeah. When you have to deal with everyone else's bullshit as well, you definitely need a drink.
The first career I took is bartending. So she was a telepath who was a bartender.
Chip and wavelength receiver.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
No.
Go for it.
So we needed to have academic twice, right? That's what you said.
Academy twice, yes.
Yeah. But we can only have one origin. So from origins, we can only pick one.
No, that's actually not
Oh.
true. You can take
Okay.
the origin multiple times if you want.
Yeah, but only the same.
Correct.
Yeah. So I can't do novice and then hacker and then service droid.
Correct.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. So you've got all your exploits from your augmented human. And next up is going to be your hook. You're muted.
My hook is... Oh, my homeworld type first, right?
Yes. Sorry, my bad. Homework.
I'm going with volcanic.
Okay. Believe that gives you agility.
Yeah, plus agility minus
Yeah.
strength. Just fine. I'll deal with it. And then gives me the dodging skill as well. Okay. And then my hook is collects plant samples.
Okay. An engineer who likes plants. Got it.
Yeah. And then I'm on to my origin. And for my origin, I'm going with farmhand. You grew up on a farm, a wheat farm, a moisture farm, or similar. I grew up on a farm on a volcanic planet.
Say, listen, it's very fertile.
That's the whole reason they were there.
What were you growing?
Plants. various plants, a variety of different plants, because there is a market for super high grade growing plants rather than synthesized ones, because they just don't taste the same. So it's organic, volcanic. I'm an organic volcanic mechanic. Right, so that gives me +1 strength, +1 endurance, +1 intuition, and +1 willpower from being a farmhand.
Yep.
Then I get to choose from outdoor, vehicle, physical, crafting, and technical. And I will take driving and then another one in engineering. The reason I took driving is because I was thinking, if you're on a volcanic planet, you don't really be wanting to walk around a whole lot. And you have to get places, so I'm thinking, like, you know, using four-wheelers and various other things to get around quickly.
Okay.
That's the way to do it. And then I get the Dreamer exploit. You replenish your luck pool once per day by spending 5 minutes daydreaming about wonderful possibilities. Which is nice.
It's like my unintentional life. Okay. Alrighty.
And line breaks. Why don't you just be a bro? Okay. Nice and simple. And then, yeah, and then it's just the rest of my careers after that, which I can go through if you like. But if other people want to talk questions about their path and stuff, then
yeah, I think we're gonna loop around. Okay. Does anybody want to talk a little bit more about their character next?
I sent you a question privately, but I want to ask you.
Okay.
If you can.
Yeah.
Essentially, with my 2 grades of academy, can I pick 2 like medicine? Like essentially,
yeah,
because you can get a scientific skill.
You're doing the same thing again. So yeah.
And does that mean I just add? Because I already had medicine, which is at grade 1. So that means I just make my medicine grade 3 if I took.
You can't take the same skill twice.
Yeah, you can't. So in the same career choice, you can't take the same skill twice.
You can't.
But can you pick 2 so
you can pick medical the first time you take the career. You can take medicine the second time you take the career. But you can't take medicine. You're gonna have to
forgive me, that's way over my head. Because I have medicine already from being
you can keep adding to medicine as your careers go. Yes.
Yeah.
You just
so
can't take it.
Medicine.
So for each career grade, you can't take the same skill twice.
Okay. So I could do medicine from a former thing that I picked, and then I picked academy, so I can do another medicine.
Yeah.
But then I can't pick medicine again on the second academy.
You can.
Grade.
Yeah, the second.
You just can't do it on the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at it independently. Each career is its own career.
So I could go like academy and then have time out of the academy, and then the second time I go back into the academy. So it's listed separately instead of once in the listing of.
So you can list them twice. That's fine. You just have to separate them in your head, okay?
Oh,
so,
okay. I thought I was thinking about like literally on the sheet. Like, can I do that? Okay.
Just look at it. You have to separate them as careers, right? Let's say you spend 3 grades in the academy, okay? Just for the shits and giggles, okay? You add all of the attributes 3 times. Then you take 6 skills, but for each grade of the career that you take, you can't repeat the skill. So let's look at academy real quick. Let's just pull it up. Okay.
So essentially for 2 years in academy, you're picking 4 skills.
Yeah.
Correct.
2 skills per time. Okay.
Yes. So academy's got carrying, pistols, rifles, leadership, law, scientific, technical, tactics, starship tactics.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to make one for you just so you can maybe understand it a little bit better. So I take all the attributes. Skill choices, I pick 2 to start. So because you want to go through in order. Don't try to like jump ahead. So I'll say carrying and pistols. Okay. That's my first grade of the academy. Then I pick 1 exploit from the list.
Okay.
Then I go round 2. And I say, okay, now attributes again. and then 2 more skills. And they can be anything. You can stack them. That can go onto the previous grade of the academy. You just can't do them in that same round.
Okay, so essentially you just couldn't do like 4 medicine. You'd have to do like medicine something else and then medicine.
You could take 2 medicine.
Yeah, where I was confused, and I think where the fires were getting crossed was I forgot that you could pick 2 skills per grade.
Yeah, 2. It's always it's always 2 skills per career.
Okay.
And one exploit.
Okay. I know, Petal. It's a lot.
She meows pretty much as Boo Boo. Both talkers. Okay, so Zagonicus, let's continue on with yours. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. We wanted to loop around. Okay, so Bobby.
Yeah. And what else would you like to talk about?
Do you have a name for your character yet?
I do. I came up with one like just the other day. I totally forgot this earlier when I was talking about my character. Like, my character is of Canadian origins.
Okay.
So it's very stereotypical Canadian, like,
Is his name Horton?
No, his name's Braxton McQuaid.
I fucking love that name.
Yeah, Braxton McQuaid. I was thinking, like, what's the most stereotypical, like, middle of Canadian hockey player name, and I was like Braxton McQuaid, and that's what I went with.
You know that I'm playing Rick Moranis on the Dark Side RP, right?
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, Braxton McQuaid is his name.
Yeah, I met Pony's character already. Okay.
So I'll change that.
Braxton McQuaid, I got you in there. So you are the captain. You know what? I'm going to put your 10d6 in there, too. Let's put that in there. No, I don't think that'll fit. No. We'll leave that off. Okay. You got pretty much everything done for Braxton?
Yeah. I got, except for so there's a couple of roles I need to do in a few of the exploits to determine rank.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
But if we're going to just give me the rank of captain, these are kind of irrelevant, honestly.
Yeah, we'll just give you the rank, because 10 is not enough normally to achieve captain. But we're breaking the rules a little bit here. 2 extra,
because I do. So I went to the academy like 4 times.
Okay.
So I went and I became a professor. So with the professor exploit, it says a book you wrote has become required reading at the academy. Navy graduates will automatically recognize your name. You get a further 2 rep points and an automatic promotion of 1 rank. So I have that the promotion that happens like 2 or 3 times. It's like I'd be close to a captain originally, but like I wouldn't get the captain.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I was thinking for like the actual book that I write, it's like a starship maneuvers tactics manual, like a basic list of basic tactical procedures. Is what I wrote.
Does it have like brought to you by the star of the 2440? Tim Hortons advert, Braxton McQuaid? Like, is that the blurb on the back?
No.
Do you use your former time as an actor to help sell your book?
Oh no, that's sort of like a hidden chunk that not many people know about.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But a lot of like stereotypical Canadian references, and sort of like that filled throughout the book. But yeah, that would be the book for that. But like, what other kind of things? Like, I can go through all my exploits. Like,
did you say you were gonna make your character old?
Yeah, I was thinking about making him old, or like.
So the way that this works is you guys are rolling for your years that you spent for each career, and then if you want to make your character old, you can just add X amount of years. That's a thing you can do.
Yeah, so like I was thinking of spending a long time at the academy, and then being convinced to go into command. Due to my like expertise, like maybe I was needed.
So I'd say just roll for your other careers, and then add however much time you want onto the age for the academy.
Okay, that's what I'll do. So performer is a D6, so 6 years in the academy as a performer. Drifter. I gotta look up what's drifter.
Basic universal tactical techniques.
1d6. Yeah, something.
Ass poo butt.
Another D6. Am I actually rolling?
Yep.
Okay. So that's not expected. Okay, another. So I spent 6 years as an actor, 6 years.
Prodigy you have to also roll for.
Prodigy is I think it's just a 2d6.
Yeah, and most origins are 2d6 plus 6. Prodigy is 2d6 though.
Wow.
5.
Okay, so I graduated high school when I was 5. So I don't know.
It's impressive.
I might add a year or 2 on to that one because that's a bit ridiculous. We'll say I graduated.
Why not? Fuck it, man. It's funny.
Okay. All right. I graduated high school at 5 years old. Very good. Okay. Went right into. Then I was a child actor for 6 years. Sci-fi movies. Yes. So that's like the 3 skill. Because as a human, you can take any skills whatsoever. You have the option. So I took acting. I took acting, pistols, and Starship Tactics. So I went right into acting as a child actor in sci-fi movie.
It's like you've had it with your academics, and you're like,
Yeah.
I've got this down. Now I'm going to be more versatile and become what everybody truly desires, a child actor.
Oh god. No, yeah, Prodigy. No, so I studied so I became an expert in engineering and xenology. So I mastered both subjects by the time I was 5 years old.
Nice.
Yeah. Then when I went into Performer, I became an actor. So there's a really cool exploit that Performer gives you. It's called Fearful. So basically you can use your voice to instill fear into those who hear it. While using your voice, you make all who can hear you nervous, which is a negative D6 to all interactions with me or with a target or an object of my choice until I stop.
Wow.
Requires a charisma versus mental defense, and I have a ton of charisma.
It's pretty good.
So that's. I was thinking about going like intimidating, but I wanted to do it in like a more fun sort of like RP way. So I went through that way. But yeah, it's and then
I gotta throw my gloves down there, bud.
Oh yeah, there. Hey, just engage there, helmsman. Warp 10 or something there, bud. Let's go.
I love this character so much already.
It's not gonna be like that played up, but it's gonna be like there's gonna be a lot of like terminology like hoser, a lot of Canadian. Yeah, I probably play hockey in the holodeck.
Nice.
I don't know how much of that stuff I want to share because there's some other fun little nuggets of Canadiana that I'll just like come up as we go. But yeah.
Okay.
Oh, everybody's got to choose aim or feint too.
Yes.
Can we go over that?
Yeah. Well, no, but basically what everybody should be doing when you're making your character is just follow down the list. You're just going down. Make sure you go in order. If you skip stuff, it could fuck things up. So make sure you're going in order.
The only thing I'm still doing the
Careers?
last of the careers, yeah.
Okay.
And it's just an issue with I still don't understand what it meant to academia or academy.
To academy. So you do the career like you did the other ones once, and then you just do it again.
Yeah. Just take everything twice.
So let me just go through this with you. So the academy, starting from beginning to end, what you should do when you add a career is you do all of the attribute bonuses, then you choose 2 skill choices, and then you choose 1 exploit. After you've done that, repeat.
And do another one.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the same skill. It won't be the same exploit, but you just repeat it, the same process.
So when you're saying I need 2 from academic, I need 2 of those. So either college engineer, maybe engineer scientist, or medic.
No. Okay. The actual academy career.
That one. I need that one twice. Okay.
Yes, you need the actual academy career twice.
Got it.
Yeah. There's an actual the reasoning is behind it is technically people should have like probably basic training and branch specialization. Those are the most sensical like RP related exploits that you should be taking. But yeah, it's I'm not going to the only requirement I'll make is that you have to take academy twice. Yeah, so it's not the skills, it's the actual career. Okay. So
Just another thing. It doesn't matter the order that much, does it? I mean,
the only thing that matters is the prerequisites. You could go back to the academy. I mean, that's fine.
I just wondered if like the backstory was like from top to bottom or something like that. But
No, whatever makes sense for your character.
Yeah.
As long as you meet the prerequisites for anything.
And some exploits have prerequisites too, but any prerequisite is just always in a bracket. So
Yeah, the careers don't. If the careers, well, actually, no, they do. They do. They're next to some of them. Like for command school, you need to have basic training first. Hopefully, you took command school, Bobby.
yeah, I did.
Okay.
That actually command school like threw a massive kink in the character creation. Really did. I had to go. I won't go into how long I spent trying to make sure that it worked.
Okay. Well, it gives you a +3 to rep, so I mean, it's a good.
Yeah,
it's
rep,
a very good.
I needed it. I needed the rep. The rep.
I feel like 10 is pretty much the bare minimum for like the captain rank here.
Yeah, like I don't.
Because you're supposed to have 18, which is crazy.
Oh, it's
so hard.
Need to be like a grade like 14, 15 to attain that without gimping my character.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you have to go like high social, like very, very high socially oriented character, and it's really, really tough. I tried it. I was like, let me see, because I'm
like
a little
super
worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that and be like in the Navy.
So we got a name for Bobby's character. We got a name for Simply's character. You're going with Ruby, right? Okay. And Zagonicus, did you come up with a name yet?
I don't. I'm trying to think of a good second name. His first name's going to be Jimmy,
Okay.
but I want to make his family name just right. So I'm still thinking on that. But for now, Chief Engineer Jimmy.
Jimmy John. Jimmy Bobimi.
Okay, Jimmy. Pony, are you sticking with that name that you have there? RA9?
RA9, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I'm pretty sure about this, but just to double check, if I pick a skill choice, I don't write it down twice. I just do a grade up.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah. Like
The only the only exception at that is if you want to come back to it. You know what I mean? Like if you want to take something else first.
Yeah, no, I just do Academy 2 like in a row.
Yep.
So then I am.
Yep. Jimmy Kashimi.
Is your cat in the bucket?
No.
Hey, Gimli. Are you being cat shamed right now? You're being bucket shamed? That's horrible. What a horrible person Zagonicus is. Gimli's got he's got the crazy eyes. You better be careful. He's got the crazy eyes.
He always has the crazy eyes. Sometimes I walk out of the room and he just kind of stops whatever he's doing and looks at me like, "Are we doing this, bro? Is it time to go?"
I think I am done.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
Cool beans. So why don't we take a look at what you guys have? Let's head on back. Let's go back to Pony. Let's see what you got. So Pony, there's an actual section for your life path on the front page there. It's just life path.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, on the very first one?
Yeah, it's right under psionics points, right near the top. It's got a spot for you add and modify.
Oh, life path there. Okay,
Yeah,
I
life
should have
path.
done that, but yeah. I added them to my biography, but I'll add them in there.
Yeah, the nice thing about these sheets is we finally have like notes, like proper notes sections, which we didn't really have before. And it can get a bit annoying. Okay.
Just gonna add these one by one. Nice and simple. Interesting life for an android this here.
Okay, so yeah, experiment, Navy tour, traveler, smuggler, scientist, and then the academy.
Yes, ×2 there. How do I?
Just put the grade up to 2.
Bam. Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess roll some dice to determine your ages for each of these. So there's an age for each of the careers right next to the title of the career.
Mm-hmm.
And you just roll however many dice you have to for that.
Wait, does it say?
It's right at the top where the career is. So experiment is
right, I have to go
1d6.
back, right. It is a 1d6, right?
So I'll add them. Experiments 1d6. Oh wait, you took traveler? That's an origin career. You can't take that.
Oh, right.
For that one.
Is it frick? Okay.
Yeah, so you gotta
I'll redo that
reverse.
one.
You have to reverse engineer. You gotta minus your attributes, then minus the skills, and then minus the
Yeah,
like-
there wasn't any skill that was that I was needed for anything else. I think so. I'll do it quick. Oh, it is. God.
Oops.
Fine, learning the hard way.
Yeah, that's the way that it goes. Simply, why don't we take a look at your character then?
Okie dokie.
Ruby Tootie.
Ruby Tootie.
That's amazing.
Hi, guys.
Oh, fucking A.
I got real great bedside manner. It's real good. Poor Zagonic's eyebrows.
That's
I don't know what they're doing. I don't control them, man. They have a life of their own.
That's
I'm
such a
already
simply
blushing
named
doing
for a
a
character.
country accent.
It's such a simply named for a character. It's so great.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby Tootie.
Ruby Tootie. That's me.
Okay. Do you think you've got your sheet all worked out here?
I think
That's
so. I mean, it
7.
still says number 2 is take note of your size. I don't know where to put that. I forgot. And I don't know what that implicates.
Okay, so
I'm a medium.
yeah, so you don't have to note it when it's medium. Medium's like the standard.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get anything special there. Okay, so if we look at the character creation here, you put in all your skills. Then next, after you do that, you're going to choose one new... you're going to choose an aim or feint.
I picked aim.
Okay. And aim, what that is for an exploit, aim is going to allow you on your turn in combat, you can say, I want to take aim, and you sacrifice an action. You get 2 actions in combat. You sacrifice your first action so that you can use a ranged attack, and you'll add a 1d6 to the roll.
That's good because I took a couple years in pistols in academy.
Excellent.
I'm so
Okay.
excited.
Then you choose one trait based on your highest or lowest attribute and note that in your descriptor. So let's start adding to your descriptor. So we're going to put a Gris medical officer, be chief medical officer, I guess.
Okay. A Gris chief medical. Let me capitalize. Okay.
And your trait that is highest or lowest. Your highest trait is charisma. Your lowest is either rep. I don't think rep is an option, so it's endurance or strength.
I'm gonna go with charisma.
So let's see. So basically what you can do here for the trait is it's a way that the game allows you to improve something you're already good at or improve the thing that you're bad at.
Yeah.
So it's at the end of the exploit section. Oh, you got to roll for your age too, but we'll do that in a second. Okay, so your charisma is your highest. Roll a d6.
Okay.
A 1. You are commanding.
Perfect.
Commanding. You get the commanding exploit. You have presence and people listen to you. By spending 2 actions, a full turn, you can give an ally with an earshot an immediate single free action. So that's a duplicate of Bobby's skill, except he
Actually goes well with my advice skill too, yeah. Which is the one that's the Grizz can spend 2 actions to give 1 free action, or to give an ally 1 free action. So is that the same thing?
Yep.
I don't have that.
Oh,
that's
maybe
my
that's what I
Grizz.
was thinking of. I thought that was Bobby's.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I'll have to type it in.
So you get that twice, basically.
That's sick.
You know what? I'm gonna say that you re-roll it because it actually doesn't help you.
Okay.
Because it just cancels it out.
Because I can't do 2.
Yeah, you can't do
exploits
it.
at one
Yeah,
time.
you have to sacrifice 2 actions already. Okay.
Okay.
So 4. Where'd it go? Where did I put the fucking book? Okay, 4 is suave. Suave. Once per day, a charisma versus mental defense attack can be used to give a target the charmed condition.
Perfect.
So the charmed condition, you guys can notice on these handy new sheets, there's an actual condition section.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, on the second page, there is a condition section, and it actually has different levels and stuff. So if you put that in, it will give you the appropriate BS that you have to deal with. So charmed, you will not attack the source of the charm, nor will you willingly allow harm to come to them. Neither do you provide flank or crossfire bonuses against them.
Okay.
Pretty good.
I want to put that in there. Sweet. Just so I remember it. Okay, what else, sir?
Okay, again, going off of the sheet. If you did the aim, we did the trait. Determine your age and apply any age exploits. So roll for your age. Start with your origin career and go down. Roll the d6s. Get them going. Let's see how old you are. You might have either a young or an old character, which will give you an extra exploit.
Okay, what do I roll for to establish my age? I'm sorry. You just
It's right next to each career in the book.
Okay.
So in the book, your first one is talent. So that is a 2d6 plus 6.
Okay. Do I just add these up? Or...
No, you're rolling them.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, I get it now. It's been a while, okay. Plus 6. That doesn't work.
We don't make GIF versus GIF jokes here, Ellen Dare. It's always GIF, okay? Let's not mince words about it, okay?
Does that work?
It's the official table story stance.
Leslie,
Does
don't
not
forget your
speak for the whole group.
It does. I am the final word on GIF versus GIF.
Okay, 14.
Okay? And let's see here.
At 15, I became a bartender.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, who's to say what the starting age is for drinking on the Grisholm
know.
Worlds? Who knows?
I got really tired of having like a pageant mom, so I moved on quickly.
So 2d6 for your next 2 grades for bartender.
Okay. Central 46, yeah.
No, 2d6.
Because I took 2 grades in it.
I know,
Yeah.
2d6.
Oh, sorry, love. I just got confused. What? Perfect.
3. So 18
Give me
when
that
you're
brain
finished bartending.
Okay. Perfect. And then Academy's the next one.
Kujio, please don't tell me you pronounce it GIF. I don't want to end our relationship. Academy. Academy, I think, is always a set amount of years. Yes, so 6 years for the Academy. Because it's 3 times 2 grades.
So 24.
Now, as far as the Academy goes, did you take any of the exploits there that require you to roll for rank?
No. I took basic training and Academy tutor.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, so that's done. Medic. Let's see. Medic. You're going to roll 2d6 for that, for the 2 grades. So it's flat 2d6.
Okay.
Okay, so 6 years as a medic. Okay. So this is going to make you... Are you...
Oh, I was putting it on there.
Yeah, you're not adding it in.
I was
It's
adding
adding
it
it for you.
I'm trying to do my math myself. Calm down. Crap. Okay, so then that's 3, and then that's 6. I was 84 years old, y'all. 84 years old.
Yeah. Okay, so 27 years old. Now, I don't know. Let's see what the Griss are looking like. Adulthood at age 25. Yeah, so you're just adult. You're not old or young.
Okay.
Okay. And let's see. Next up, we get to calculate your derived statistics. Most of that's been done. But we still have to do your other stuff. We're going to come up with the kit that you guys are going to have that's going to change some of these.
Okay.
But we can roll for some stuff now. So your health is your endurance and will dice pool. And if you have the hardy skill, you can add that.
I don't have that.
So 2d6 plus 3d6, roll a 5d6 for your health.
Cool.
15 HP. Wow. Well,
Yep.
at least it's average.
Okay.
Did you pushed each of those manually? Okay.
I did. I like pushing buttons, y'all.
I pushed the buttons.
Okay.
Okay. So now your melee defense is your it's going to be your agility one, which is a 3d6 to start. And if you have acrobatics, dodging, or foresight, which you don't, we could add that. Do you have any melee combat skills? No.
With pistols.
Nope. Okay.
Cool.
So let's see. No, you're not rolling it. Believe me, you should be thankful about that.
Thank you.
14. It's gonna be a 14 for your melee defense.
I'm gonna do this one. I'm just kidding. I'll type it in this time. Okay.
Melee defense.
Oh, I put nothing. Sorry. There you go.
Okay, your range defense is going to be the same thing because, again, you don't have this skill that will help you with that. Your mental defense is going to be highest of will and charisma. Charisma is a 4d6. And do you have anything that can help you out with that? Let's take a look. Concentration, meditation, bravery, discipline, religion, conviction, leadership, psychology.
I do have psychology. I should have 2 levels in psychology.
Okay,
Great.
so that's still a 1d6.
1d6 though, yeah.
At grade 3, you're going to get a 2d6.
Yeah.
So that's good. Your mental defense is going to go up.
Did you say leadership is included in mental defense?
I did.
calculations?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, I'll recalculate mine.
It's on page 64 at the top left.
But that was back when leadership was a skill and not an exploit, right?
This is in 1.2.
Okay.
So 1.2. Is that in the errata 2.0?
I can't recall. I just remember somewhere seeing it. That it changed leadership out from a skill to an exploit.
Yeah, leadership is now an
there is a
exploit.
leadership exploit as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Leadership's also a skill.
Yeah, so that's in the errata.
I have both the leadership exploit and a bunch of skill points in leadership.
I guess since we can have any skill, it is also a skill. Fair enough.
Okay. So this is going to put you at a 5d6, which is an 18 for your mental defense.
Okay.
Which is very nice.
Swag.
You still only have 1 in psi after you're all done.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. It's fine.
Okay.
That's why, I mean, I'm not a very good telepath. It's very loud, annoying. It's fine.
You almost have to roll like double 6s to like do anything.
Mhm.
As a telepath.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's gonna be really hard to pull off. Okay. We did that. We did that. Okay, in terms of money, you're going to roll your reputation dice pool plus your luck dice pool, and we're multiplying that by 20. So 4d6.
Perfect.
40. No, you're starting with 100 credits. No, I'm sorry, 200 credits. 200 credits. What am I doing?
Is that in our second page?
Yeah.
Okay. So 200 credits?
200 credits.
Okay.
I will also give you guys some extra stuff. Well, I'm going to figure out some stuff after we're done with the show here.
Okay. I did gain a medical pouch and medical scanner from...
Medic.
It's bedside manner or diagnosis? One of those. Oh, bedside manner. Is
Okay.
So I did
Okay.
get my medical stuff, so...
Fair enough. Pony.
Yeah.
Let's come back to you. Did you figure out?
Yeah.
I figured out I'm not, instead of traveler, I'm bounty hunter, which is basically the same thing. Different motives.
I feel like they're very different motives, actually. Like, one is you're hunting somebody, and then the other one is you're
Hunting things.
yeah.
Basically, same thing. But yeah, took that instead.
Okay. So experiment, Navy tour, bounty hunter, smuggler, scientist, and academy. All right. So next up, after you've chosen your careers, you are going to let's have you do your roles for your different careers.
Years, yeah, everything's 1d6, I noticed. So,
Okay.
except for academy. So, I
Okay.
might just
So
do
just
that.
go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5d6, and you're adding 6 to that.
So, like so. Oh,
Okay,
look at that.
16 years. And let
So
me
I
just
add 3, 6, 2, 1, 4. All right.
yes, in that order,
Okay.
correct.
Oh no, 1, 3, 6, 2, 1, and a 4.
And then
And
the
then
academy
it's-
is 6.
Here we go.
Okay. That puts you at 22. Now, let's see. Do you get any racial BS? Track the passage of time accurately to the very second. Just trying to see if you get... Yeah, do not age. Okay. You don't have to worry about that. But you are... you have been, I guess... around for 22 years. Okay. And next up. Let's see. Okay. Select the aim or feint universal exploits plus one other. Oh, I'm sorry. Simply, I forgot. You get one other universal exploit. That
Okay.
was something that was added that we actually didn't do last season of Warped. I missed that sentence, or that part of the sentence. You get another universal exploit plus aim or feint.
Oh shit, I missed that the
Yep.
million times I read that section.
Everybody does?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you pick aim or feint plus one other universal exploit. Funny enough, I didn't notice that until I did those character creation guides. I actually read it, and I was trying so hard, like, not to go like. I was trying so hard not to do that dog question face when I was doing the tutorial.
Is
Sort of.
Add it at the end after you have everything picked. You do it like when you take.
It's when you take aim or feint.
Okay,
so
at the end, yeah.
So the difference between aim or feint, Pony, aim is basically if you're primarily ranged in combat. Feint is if you're melee.
All right. All right. I'm here at the exploits. I just pick.
Aim or feint. And then you take one free universal exploit that you have to have the prerequisites for.
Oh, so feint is another exploit. Okay,
Yep.
now I get it.
Yeah, so you take...
Feint. I do feint.
So feint is going to be like melee, so if you're going to be doing
Yeah.
melee combat. Okay. And then you take one other universal exploit. So
Out of all of these.
any
Let
of
me,
these that you know
Yeah,
you have
I
the
can do.
prerequisites for. Okay. So you want us to come back?
No, I'll do that because that's not important right now, right? I'll just remember to do it. at some
Okay.
point.
Okay, fair enough. Alrighty. So next up, now that you've chosen that, your highest and lowest attributes. Let's see. Your highest is obviously logic. Your lowest is going to be endurance. So you basically are choosing. You're gonna get an extra exploit here, based on your highest or lowest skills. So do you want to improve your highest, or do you want to improve your worst?
Improve my worst, I'd say.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is after the exploits section, there's a section for traits. Okay. So endurance, lowest attribute. Roll a d6. One of these will make no sense.
Hey!
And it's that one. Asthmatic or anemic.
What?
How can you be an asthmatic?
Yeah, it doesn't really make
I
sense.
don't know if it can be those.
That's impossible.
Coughing. I feel like we can like do coughing. Like that could be something funny that happens. Maybe like you make a wheezing noise or something. Like
There could be something in my system,
Yeah.
that's just not working.
yeah, it's just like a
gears and stuff. Maybe like a gear keeps like chipping or like
Yeah.
grinding or
Oh,
something.
your fan belt's slipping.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a cough.
okay. Yeah, let's do coughing then. I shouldn't have even had you roll for it. I just wanted to because I figured it was definitely
So
gonna
wait.
happen.
Do I just add coughing to as like a?
It's an exploit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on page 58.
I'll look into that. All right.
Okay.
Coughing robot.
And that's going to go in your descriptor too, like at the top where it says a clockman. You're going to put a coughing clockman senior science officer.
Yeah. Right.
Alrighty. And next is going to be your age. We already did that. Your derived statistics. Okay, so this is where you roll for health. Endurance plus will dice pools of 5d6. Plus, you don't have hardy, so 5d6.
Oh, there needs to be a space there. Bam.
Okay, 18. 18 is your health.
Down there. 18. Bum, 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 bum.
It's also the font size that I have to use to get everything to fit in your descriptor area. Just saying. Coincidence? I think not. Okay. And let's see. Lastly, your money. So roll your reputation. Oh, I'm sorry. We got to do your defenses. Your defense, 3d6 for strength for your melee plus. You're not going to roll these. We have a predetermined table. 3d6 plus, let's see. You have no melee combat skills. You have no acrobatics. You have no dodging. Uh-oh.
Mhm.
That's going to put you, I think, at an 11. Let me check.
It's okay. It's okay, I'd like a 10.
I'm science. I don't need to be strong. That's not my job.
Yeah, you have an 11 melee defense. So basically what that's like your AC.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody's rolling against that gets in melee combat with you. Range defense is your agility dice pool, which is a 2d6. And you also don't have anything that will help you there. That puts you at the bottom, the minimum of 10. So you're at a minimum of 10 on the range defense there.
All right.
Now, your mental defense, I believe, is always a success. Nothing can...
Yeah, because I don't work on me right now.
Yeah. So that's always a success. So you can put 99 for that if you want. It doesn't matter.
Make me feel badass.
Yep. Vital defense is your endurance dice pool 2d6. The minimum is a 10 for that. 10.
Also, by the way, you said that the thing we rolled for coughing would help my endurance. Do I add more to that by that trait?
Coughing is on page.
Yeah, it's an exploit. If you go page 58.
Yeah, you gain a 4 defense bonus against anyone you have not yet attacked.
Oh, that's okay. That's in game. Okay.
Yeah, that's in combat. Okay, so yeah, now let's roll for your monies.
Money.
Reputation plus your luck dice pool, so 46.
46.
And we're timing this by 20. Okay, so 160 credits.
Yeah, I borrowed some money, Leslie. 46. Bam. Bam. Where the hell is the sheet?
You got to just go to the second page up at the top.
Oh, there. So, yeah.
I switched it back because I needed to look at your numbers. Okay.
Oh my God! How much did you say I wrote 46? 180?
100. I know 160.
160. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's it. Character complete, sort of. You still have to go into the exploits and look at stuff that's going to help you.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else do we have to finish up with?
I can roll my character's age.
Do
and
it.
Stuff. I've got
Do
that
it,
to
yeah.
do.
Asputin
Here's
bastard.
Character's age is 5d6 plus 12. 32.
Okay.
That's not so bad.
I've been 32. It's not great.
I am 32. It's okay. Nothing special.
Alrighty. So add in your stuffs.
We gotta roll money too.
That's what we've been doing, Bobby.
Yes.
No, I know, but I think Zacatecus and me. I don't think we've done it yet.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet.
Okay. Like how the sheet automatically calculates your maximum dice pool as well. It's nice. Very nice. I like it. It's good. Okay. So next up is your aim or feint.
Yeah, take an aim.
Okay.
Aim.
And highest or lowest trait. Your highest is agi. Your lowest is either.
I'm going with intuition. And I'd like distracted.
Tough shit. Roll for it.
Go for it. Okay.
1d6. 5. You got it
Distracted.
anyway.
Good, because it fits my character better. Well, they both fit in really well. I like that one better. Because, for the chat, distracted, your attention is always somewhere else and can be a cause of frustration for others. However, a non sequitur can sometimes prove useful. Once per day, as an ally is making an attribute check, you can make a completely random comment which jogs the memory and grants them a plus 2d6 bonus to the check.
I feel like it should be a minus. I feel like that's worded weird. It should 100% be a minus.
Yeah, so I can give a nice bonus to people by just saying something random. And, yeah, I got all my careers and stuff done. I exchanged one of my career exploits for a universal exploit. So I took the analytics universal exploit. Studying your target's behavior, you notice a pattern to its actions. You grant all allies within 30 feet a 1d6 bonus to attack the target until the start of your next turn. This costs 1 action. So while at the academy, my second stint, I spent a lot of time watching people do their training, and that's how I got that universal exploit.
Okay, cool beans.
I gotta roll health.
Let's just go in order here. Make sure we're missing nothing.
Oh yeah. So,
Okay. Aim or feint. Determine your age and apply any age exploits. Okay, so
I
32
fall
is
into
an adult.
adults. So.
Yep. Okay, derived statistics. So health. Endurance dice pool plus will 66 plus hardy is a 76. Your cap is 6.
Yep. So just 66.
Yep. And I've confirmed with Morris, by the way. I've actually gone. I went over a lot of this stuff when I was doing the tutorial because I wanted to make sure I was correct when I was doing the tutorial. I didn't want to have things wrong. So the way that he's explained this, the grade cap for like doing these derived statistics, if it's something that you're rolling for, then it is applicable. If it's directly attribute related, then it's fine. But if it's dice pool related, then it's capped. Okay, so 19 for your health. That's good. Alrighty, and now we're gonna do
stun automatic, jump stun automatic, carry
melee.
automatic,
melee.
defenses.
So 46 from agility and dodging. You've got an additional 1d6 as a 5d6. So that's gonna be 18.
18's not too shabby.
Ranged is gonna be the same. Mental.
That's not going to be great.
3d6. I think you can use law. Hold on.
Oh, you might be
Checking.
right, actually.
Nope. That's the one that I always think is there, and it's not. Nope.
So, meditation period, this one.
Okay, so 3d6 is.
Oh, no, it's the highest of charisma and will. So, yeah, 3d6.
Yeah, it's an 11.
Oh, just a
Vital defense is going to be a 14.
Yeah, that one's not shabby.
Okay. And let's see here. Your next thing is drives to spend money.
Starting
Money. Rep plus luck. Uh-oh.
Well, oh,
2d6. I'm pretty sure it's minimum. 9 times 20.
180.
Still managed to get more than Pony Punch. Rip.
Damn it.
Rip.
Where is the money section?
Second page.
Second page.
Okay. That's done. Your character is all finito. Let's hop back to Bobby.
Yep.
Or
I still
simply,
need
did we
to-
still have to do yours?
I was just gonna equipment. And that's it.
Okay. All right, Bobby.
Gotta roll trait, and I gotta do my monies. I wasn't sure if we were rolling or picking.
Yeah,
gotta roll trait.
rolling traits. Yeah, I think it works best for this setup that we got going on here if we roll for that shit.
Okay, if we're rolling, I'm gonna roll my charisma. So I have 11s in 3, so I'm just gonna take my pick of charisma. I'm gonna roll that, so it's just a d6. I am a commanding
Captain.
I have presence, and people listen to me. By spending 2 actions, you can give an ally within earshot an immediate single free action.
So you have a repeat?
I don't have that from
Oh,
anything else.
okay. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's Simply's character that has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we rerolled, so.
So
Because WAG is great.
commanding. That's that, and I gotta roll my monies. So
Okay.
it's rep times or rep plus luck, right?
Yes. So 8d6, and what's your cap? 7. So you're at 7.
Yeah.
7d6.
Okay. 21, so 420.
Pretty good. 420.
That's a
Braxton
great amount.
McQuaid.
Braxton
Wow.
McQuaid. 420.
420. Best day of the year.
420.
Yeah, except in Europe, right? Because you guys don't fucking.
You can still sing the
Yeah.
song though. 'Cause it's
No,
the
you
best
can't.
song ever.
Nope. Nope. Doesn't make sense for you anymore.
Yeah, but you guys can't celebrate the 4th of July. You need to celebrate July 4th.
No, we can still do that.
Well, we can still sing 420, whack. God.
No, you can't because the number is very specific for you. It doesn't matter for us.
If you guys say
It can still be the 4th of July.
Well, it can still be the 4th.
It's not the 4th of 7. It's not the 7th of 4th. Okay. Let's see. So we did your age.
For me?
Yeah, we got to do your age.
Yeah, so I rolled and then I added a bunch of years.
Okay.
So I
So
have
you're
all
making-
my rolling done.
Making
But
yourself
I-
old.
Yeah, I ended up at. I gotta go to the first page. 65.
Okay.
Yeah.
Senior citizen.
Yep.
Actually, they probably, with advances in medicine, I would assume that it's probably at least 10 to 20 more years.
Oh, yeah, I'm probably like a spry 40-year-old. So what it's like, but yeah.
You're at the point where you realize that life is pointless. Why am I doing this? It's right around that time. So, let's see. Next is derived statistics, which looks like we got most of that stuff done. Money, you did. That's it. So simply,
Yeah,
do we have anything else to do for you, you said?
not on the base stuff. Yeah, I was wondering how her, since I've called her an alcoholic, essentially, if there's anything I need to figure out with that. And her.
It's however you want to role play it.
Okay, I didn't know if there was something based in the system. that I
Credits.
needed to figure out.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys, the only thing you guys really got to do is kind of figure out your contacts and just go over your sheet. I would say that your second and third characters don't really have to worry about for next session, but just keep in mind that you do have to work on them. Because doing that many characters, some people just love making characters and they want to do it, like Galactic and Bobby are most likely have started and are doing them now.
I've got them.
Yeah.
Here,
Just
yeah.
okay.
I'm not gonna answer because I don't need to answer.
But yeah. So yeah, we've got pretty much most of the stuff kind of figured out. We got to spend some time with Peachy to go over stuff. Some of the other questions that I want you guys to think about for your characters. These are questions that I do want you to have answered for this coming session. I want you to think about, and I'll paste these in our Discord just so you have them so you can see, which other character among our group here, and this is only the senior officers, do you consider a good friend? Which other character do you have a tense relationship with? And each of you needs a deep character flaw. And you need to know the answer to why did you join the Alliance?
You're gonna post all this in the Discord as
Yep.
well? Okay, cool.
So I want you to think about those things for next session. Otherwise, we're all done. Let's go ahead and wrap things up. Let's wrap everything up. Let's go ahead and go around the room. Let's do some shout outs. Let's start off with Simply. Why don't you start us off?
Okay. Hi, my name is Simply Jackson. I'm a variety broadcaster. Again, I am on a very sporadic schedule right now due to some IRL stuff, but I'm excited about starting this campaign, as mentioned before. I'm excited to be on Tablestory. I like Steven and his channel. It was super cool over there. Maybe I can be on a show over there. But I'm super thrilled about this. I think it's gonna be fun. Also, can I ask you a question, Whack, about the relationship thing? We're gonna need to talk to each other about the relationships between characters in the officer level. Like, as in, it's gonna have to be agreed upon, unless like it's something like I think I'm a really great friend with Peachy, and he's actually extremely annoyed by me the whole time.
I'm almost tempted to say like it doesn't have to be mutual. Like this,
Okay.
it could just be like because I think it's funnier.
That'd be so
That's so good. Yes, we just decide.
Like how
Okay.
you personally feel towards that's so I like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, you guys can totally like the good friend and tense relationship could be the same person too. Like it's, you consider them a good friend but you have like a horrible relationship. You know,
What if you're like bipolar? So the same person you're like
whatever you want.
super happy with, but also like super.
I
We have
want
so much freedom for this. It's
I
great.
love it. I'm so excited.
I
Okay.
want you. Again, this is all about freedom. I want you guys to just know those things and ingrain them into your character. That's the only
Perfect.
requirement for this.
Okay, but yeah, if you guys want to come watch me on simply_Jackson, you can. If not, I'll be here every Saturday. You can come by and watch.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Zagonicus.
Hey everybody, I'm Zgodicus, and I look forward to introducing my chief engineer, who I have named completely now. His name is Jimmy Marinson. So that's who you're going to be meeting. If you want to see more tabletop roleplay with me, follow here the Table Story channel. I am here Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. You get 3 days in a row where I try my best to entertain you. And if you want to hang out with me, twitch.tv/Zgodicus, and we can hang out and chat. You can tell me what you like about the shows and tell me what other shows you like and stuff on TV and whatever. You know, talk to me like I'm a human being. That's me.
Okay. And Pony.
Hey, what's up? It's Pony Punch. You can follow me over at Pony Punch here on Twitch. Don't bother following if you like pineapple on pizza. You are not welcome. I'm very excited to be on here. Thank you very much. You can follow if you want to see more. I'm here every Saturday. Thank you.
Excellent. Bobby.
What's up, guys? I'm Iron Chef Bobby Flair here on Twitch. This is fun. We got some characters nailed down. Still gotta have to figure out what to play for my other two, but we'll get that figured out at some other point. Can't wait to start next week and see what sort of adventures and hijinks we're gonna get in on the Aspu to be named.
Yeah, Brad. I hope you saw that. The name of the alliance is acronym is ASPU. It's the Alliance of Solar Systems Planetary Orbital Organization.
Yeah.
It was Bobby's idea.
100%.
That was not me. I will not. I joke about a lot of things. I'm not going to joke about that. That was not mine.
Our sworn enemy is Taint.
As long as that's said, I'm pretty sure my character, the captain, hates it being referred to that. It feels like it's disrespectful. So it's break time if he hears you say it.
Well, I think the running joke is we like never say it. It's just we never say it. We just always say the whole fucking thing, or like the alliance, or we say like the true alliance. You know what I mean? But we have to pick our moments to say like the full thing. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bobby. I'm Mike Steven. I am the GM of Doom. I've dragged these guys kicking and screaming through the character creation and world building episode. Next week, I think we're kind of good to just hop right into the campaign. We got a lot done here today, so I think we're good to hop right in and get started with the actual start of the missions and whatnot. We'll see what happens next time. I'm excited. I can't wait. Thank you, as always, chat, for being wonderful. We appreciate you. Can't wait to see any fan art that you may have for so many horrible things that we have created in this session. Oh my God. Aspu, Taint. We still have to come up with a name for the ship, so I want to see some good ship names inside the chat. We need to see some awesome stuff on the Table Story Discord. Go hang out on the Table Story Discord, and we've got a lot of announcements and things coming up. If you missed yesterday's Neon Scream, we are having a finale for Neon Scream this Friday coming up. Finale. We will be doing a new show after Neon Scream is all done using the Masks role-playing game system. We're all super excited to hop into that. Cast is going to be announced next week for that. And tomorrow we've got 7th Eon on this same channel, 2 p.m. Eastern. Same time, basically, as this show. Monday, we've got The Nameless Ones, which will be on at 4 p.m. On this channel. And we've got a lot of stuff that's going on for Table Story. We're working on so many things. I'm going to be streaming some battle map creation on my channel throughout the week. and we've got a ton of content coming your way. So I'd be staying with your eyes open because we have just a metric shit ton of things that are going to be coming your way. And hopefully we'll get the channel partnered soon. So if you haven't done so, follow this channel, follow all these wonderful people. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for 7th Eon. Peace out, everybody. Good night.
Bye, everybody.